Fingers stained with blood, been grasping all day, losing my touch with reality. Driving all day, searching all night, can't seem to focus this double sight. This is a tale sworn in a sight.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope everybody is having a wonderful, beautiful day. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back, boys. Welcome back to another wonderful, beautiful live stream. How's everybody doing today? We got more 5v5 1v1 duels on the horizon for this evening for the NA. Boys, how are you guys all doing? Y'all ready? We got more duels on the way. Celtic, how you doing, my man? Arab, how you doing, my guy? Corinne, the beautiful Kyle, how you boys all doing? Welcome back, welcome back. I hope someone group already down. Let's go. Yo, I was really hoping this week we'll be able to take full advantage of the cross-faction gameplay. However, as of right now, at least for EU, it seems to have been disabled, and I'm gonna guess that it's also disabled for the NA region as well. Taking a guess, maybe like somebody wants to try putting a group together for a cross faction. Maybe it'll work for NA, but it definitely did not work for EU. And hopefully we'll see them finding a fix for it at some point in the future, just because it'd be super fun to put a group together. Boys, let's see who do we have tonight. I'm hopping on, and hey, that sucks. I know, that's the whole point of cross factions, to be able to play with friends. And you can do it for Mythic Pluses, you can do it for rating, but apparently you can't do it for PvP because reasons, I guess. I don't know. It's a buggy interaction. Yeah, I'm surprised they actually were struggling to make that happen, because you know they were able to make Merc mode happen, right? Where you could play for the other faction. At least as the dominant, more populated faction, you can play with the other faction, like, you know, Horde and Alliance. Right now, Alliance gets faster queues, but there's less people queuing for BGs, but you can get in with them pretty easily if you wanted to. So, like, yeah, I was thinking like maybe they'll find a way to work with that, but they also never tested or rated content for cross faction. Mythic Pluses were tested, and I guess if Mythic Pluses work, you could probably get raids to work. It's just, you know, a raid is just a bigger group Mythic Plus in a way, right? You have bosses, you have trash mobs, you have mechanics. You just have like 20 people or more, or maybe less. It's anywhere between like 20, 15. I don't know what the average group sizes are now. 13, I think now. It used to be like 10, dude. 10-man rating, 25-man rating. Now it's like 13, 14. 3 healers, 2 tanks, so many DPS. I don't even know off the top of my head. But yeah, none of them apparently tested PvP for rated, and they definitely should have done it. Like, did some kind of like maybe an event and be like, yo, you can just hop in, copy character, they get full PvP gear, you're good to go. You know what I mean? Just to get people out the door, queuing rated arenas, just to make sure everything works. But boys, hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful evening. Yo, Dal, does it count the odds work right? Yes, it should work properly. What makes you say it's what I'm guessing you're asking because it isn't? Count the odds should work fine. Yeah, count the odds should work. So count the odds is a little weird. For ambush, it'll give you like a longer duration of like a roll the bones buff. For like dispatch, is it dispatch on finisher right now? I don't even know. I think for dispatch it doesn't really. It's not as long, but for ambush for some reason it's long. I don't think it ever been added to the tooltip that it's long, but it is longer for one reason or another. Let me get the music back up and running. I'm a little out of it today, boys. I didn't get much sleep last night. I was working on a big project, and hopefully tonight I'll be working some more too. What's up, Sid? How you doing, man? Hope you having a good one, guy. What's up, Vulture? How you doing, man? Hope you having a good one. Like when you vanish and just straight RNG outside of regular World of Bones. It's just straight RNG like vanish ambush. So it won't roll a buff you already have. It'll roll random buff. It's RNG though, yeah. It's a chance for you to get a bonus roll. But with how many finishes you get, it's generally a decent, like, it's a decent conduit. It's really, really strong. More buffs is generally good. Music, is it loud? I can turn it down a little bit. Let me know if the music is so loud, boys. Because I can turn it down if I need to. But otherwise, I kind of like this dude. What's up, Mike? Yo, how's the new update? Yo, my guy. Cross-faction PvP doesn't work yet, but everything else works pretty good. And so far, it's kind of nice, man. I've been enjoying cross-faction and stuff. Yo, my God, G, my man, 12 months, yo, 1 year. Yo, can we get a hashtag G in the chat, boys, for the 1 year membership, my man. Yo, thank you so much, my guy. I appreciate ya. Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much, my guy. Sup, bro? What's up, man? Every hashtag G, boys, in the chat. Showing our appreciation for the wonderful, beautiful donor boys. Yo. It's playing now, G. Okay, yeah, we're good. Okay. Yeah, I didn't have music playing at all. I just didn't have music in the background whatsoever. I'm a little behind, man. I haven't had a coffee at all. G, my guy, if you having a good one. It works fine in arena RPGs for me. Wait, cross-faction? Did it fix it? Hey, maybe you got a recommendation for a healer party frames. Mic is bugging out and people leave. Maybe it didn't change in raid setups. Solar, I don't really have a recommendation for any kind of like party frames. I kind of just use like, I set up custom party frames with raid profiles because you can set them up, get somebody in party. You can, as a healer, like I can do like 5s for like 5v5, oh, not 5v5s, but like mythic pluses, like 5-man parties. I set up for the Spec, 5 PvE content, and I'll generally put them like, kind of like if I have my health bars like around middle screen, I'll put them right over here. That's usually what I do. I don't really use like any add-ons for party frames. Chat, do you guys have any recommendations for add-ons that will help you set up better party frames for healing? Yeah, but those keep bugging out using default at the moment. Really bugging out. Slash reload, that's all I can think of. If there's like some kind of UI, like a base WoW UI bug out, all I can think of is just doing slash reload and then going off of that. Yeah, I'll have no idea. If anybody in chat has any like UI that you can recommend that you've been using as a healer for like to make healing easier, like any kind of frames as a healer, feel free to hit up Solar, man. Feel free to hit us up, boys. Anything and everything helps. I did a BG and I had to reload 4 times in 1 BG. I got mad. Okay, yeah, that seems like maybe there's another add-on that you're running that is like colliding with maybe. Because it shouldn't be like, it shouldn't, like normally a single reload fixes things. Sup, young fella? What's up, Corgath? How you doing, man? Hey. How you doing, my guy? You got a group? What are you looking like? Boys, if y'all want to join 5v5 1v1 groups, 5v5 duels, we got us a play premium group custom PvP. If you type in search, type in 5 at the top. We got ourselves Bellator, Cargassi. We're trying to put the group together over on the Horde with Bellator leading the charge. We need one more over for the team Horde, and I don't know if we got a team Alliance group going. Maybe Chicago or Night King got one up and running. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. 4 out of 5 raid. Let's go, G, my man. Oh my God. Give the grinding, bro. Thanks so much, my man. Yo, can we get a hashtag G for being a goddamn beauty, my man? Yo, them 10 big AU bones, my man. I appreciate you, my guy. Thank you so much. 4 in Team Horde. Let's go, my guy. How much is missing on the alley side? I don't even know if we got an Alliance team group, Cargath. You got a separate group on Team Horde, or are you together with Bellator and Seawark and them? Oh, you guys are together. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if we got an Alliance team or what's going on. I don't know if Chicago. Wait, maybe we do. 4? Yo, we got the +1 needed for Team Alliance and Horde, boys. Let's go. That's what I like to see. We got 2 groups ready to go for the evening. Hell yeah, we just hit a +1 for both. They ain't ready for these Arcane busts. Yo, Seawork, I'm excited, man. Whether you want to give away tricks or not, at least hit me up on them DMs so I can salivate over some of the juicy new busts, and maybe if they're that good, maybe there'll be another like Arcane one-shot burst video out there somewhere. You never know, right? You never know. Oh, now, my man, what's up, Nikolai? How you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a good one, my dude. How you doing? How you doing, my man? Good vibes all the time. Yo, G, thanks so much for being a regular. I really appreciate you. Well, 12 months membership, your icon should be changing, actually. I don't know if it'll be changing this month or next stream or what, but you should be getting the prime Dal. I think it's Dalgasm icon, and then it's Dal W, or Dal what? I forget which one it is, for like the 2-year. But my man, join the club. Thank you so much. If y'all want to become a member, dude, there's links below the chat. If y'all are interested, not necessary. As long as you guys are watching the stream and having a good time, that's all that really matters. But I do get questions from you guys sometimes. And I usually like, don't worry about it. Just do the stream. But today I'm just, I don't know. Today I guess I'm feeling more close to like, yo, if you want it, it's right there. It's up to you. Would you recommend Arcane? I can say the screenshot of the Spec been streaming lately. You know what? Let's do this. Let's let the anticipation hold CVark. I want to see it for myself. Once you got a prime game where you get a proper play, proper game, let's peep it. Whether you want to like, whether you just want to show me, or you want the stream to see, that's up to you. If you want to keep your secrets, I think it's a bad idea. Ain't showing nothing yet. Just, yeah, exactly. Yeah. I say just wait. Or okay, you hit me with it anyway. Wait. Oh, okay, that's a good sneak peek. Oh, okay. Yo, now that's a nice like a sneak peek. I like that. Dude, teasing the Arcane boss, yo. Let's go, boys. We just at a +1 for Team Alliance anymore. We'll be good to go, boys. If y'all got somebody on Real ID, got any friends that want to join in, got any friends that want to pop in, or if you guys just want to pop in watching the stream, yo, hit him up in LOG, man. We got a horde group and alliance group. Yo, this group would be so much easier to put together if we had cross faction ready. You know what I mean? It would be so much easier to put together. But we got a horde group and alliance group, and we're good to go, boys. Oh, I'm still a little behind on like getting all the stream stuff out there, aren't I? Yeah, let me continue doing that in the background for a bit, I guess. Yeah, I guess like I could tweet about it, because normally we'll get dude, everybody's hating on these Outlaw players now. I guess Outlaw just became like all over the place, didn't they? But technically PvP guys usually do retweet when I posted. Dude, people are just hating on the Outlaws, man. I kind of understand it, just because like it's a really good spec PvP now, and it does some stuff that nobody really expects it. I don't know, man. It's like a bittersweet feeling, because it's like, man, the spec hasn't been good for like a good while, and now that it's good, everybody's like, man, get him out of here. It's like, no, like, can we nerf us a little bit so we're not completely trash can, but like not so busted that we're just like seen as disgusting? You know what I mean? Like, I hate that whole, like, I hate how some people view classes like, it's how they give it or take it, like, either I like all of it or like none of it. And it's like, man, it's like I just want to straddle that middle ground of like disgustingly OP and like not that great. Like, kind of in the middle, so that I don't need nerfs, but like don't buff me to make me any better. That's how everyone feels about Fury Warriors too. Is Spec in the game and so broken? Outlaw is a nerf on its CDR. It's way too strong in the current game. So Outlaw has always had CDR. It just never really mattered until the damage numbers were up. Maybe that's what they need to do. Like, I feel like CDR is what really gives it advantage. If you lost CDR, it might be worse than like subtlety or assassination, not as good. So maybe like, I don't know, maybe they'll like tone down the CDR for... CDR is like a part of this toolkit for PvE though, so like how do you balance it for PvE or PvP? I guess there's CDR just within PvP situations, right? I don't know. Because like our damage was never really that good. CDR didn't change, we just got a bit more damn. And now CDR stands out, or at least it feels like it stands out more. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. Like, how do you go about balancing it? I'm just afraid, like, if you end up nerfing it a little bit, you might end up over nerfing it in a way. Is that what does that make sense? Like, I'm not, like, you know me, boys. I'm not asking for my spec to be like insane. You know, the honor talent and the butterfly and the legendary. I feel like the talent and the butterfly is what actually let it become decent before it got any kind of damage buffs. And the Lego. Like, I don't really know. The legendary always was there. It's just it's only a problem now because the spec does a little bit more damage. I don't know, maybe. I guess, like I said, I just like my spec being kind of like decent. I guess it went from like not even decent, it's like really damn good. Maybe to the point of easy. I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess like It probably should get nerfed, I guess, yeah. I guess it should get nerfed. I don't really know. Look, they just need to buff other specs to stop nerfing buff others and make people want to quit the game when spec is bad. I mean, I totally understand. Chicago 5, let's go! I totally understand the point of view, Cora. I totally get it. But I don't know, man. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm torn. I'm torn. Because on one hand, it's like I'm loving how my spec is like finally feels pretty good to play. It feels pretty decent. It doesn't feel like completely garbage. It's just the problem with like it didn't become like decent. It just became like top. You know what I mean? It's just a single patch update. It became like top. All the rogue specs are top 5 specs in the game right now. It's a problem with rogues in general. Yeah, I would agree with that. I think it's a problem with rogues right now. I don't even think it's like, I mean, Outlaw is definitely kind of an outlet with this cooldown reduction, but rogues are really, really good as well. That is something I think is fair. Yeah, I don't really know how to surgically like really adjust the classes. We just need one more on the Horde, boys. We got us this 5V5 1V1 DUELS go. We just need one more on Team Horde. If y'all want to join Bellator, Seavark, Kargath, for 5V5 DUELS, you guys are more than welcome to check out LFG, check out number 5 in the search. Alliance is ready. We said the second group and we're good to go. Long underdog specs always get their kind of treatment. Red is like the Bible? Nerf. Or red is meta? Tactical nuke. Yeah, I do kind of agree with you on that. Yeah, sometimes like a spec will be like an underdog, and then the time it'll have like one patch where it kind of like does really, really well. And that's not even, let's just take the kinda, it does really, really well. And then everybody's like, oh, nerf it the hell out. I don't know. I guess it's almost like people forget, people have short memory that, oh, remember when this spec was really, really bad? Well, I guess now it's really good this season, but remember all those other seasons was really bad? It's almost like it doesn't even matter. It's almost like, what's top? Okay, take it out. It's like a totem pole kind of deal, right? I feel like that's a problem too. What's up, dude? How you doing, my man? Hope you have a good one. Was it Kargath a Wad Arc? I believe he is. Still 4 out of 5. Yo, Bellator, we just need a +1 boys at Horde. If y'all want to join, man, more than welcome to. Arcane's like that too. Yeah. Arcane is like that too. I agree. Okay. I'm trying to see if I can get a YouTube thing real quickly here. We needed one more on Team Bellator, boys, but we got Alliance ready to go. Hordes need a +1. One more champion to join the group in order to enter the Duel arena, show off and try their best against the Team Alliance. Yeah, super power from mages similar to Shadowlands, but just get to kick to the play right. True. Maybe it's not that good because someone min CD. I can't like that too. I remember when the kill was broken, Legion took the last 4 years. Yeah, look at the last 4 years. Yeah, I feel like if Arcane became really, really good all of a sudden, I feel like you'd have people doing a very, very similar thing, like saying, oh wow, Arcane is broken, nerf it to the ground, like delete it from the game. I feel like, again, people have a very, very short memory. I like when, like, I don't know, I like things being balanced, but I do like when there's like meta shifts and meta changes, right? Like, survival right now is really good in Mythic Plus, for example. And there's people saying, dude, delete survival out of the game completely. You can't have a spec that does this much damage in the Mythic Pluses when, like, Season 1 it wasn't great, Season 2 it wasn't great, Season 3 got a decent tier set, and double Legos are like a really, really good combo for like AoE. And it's like, well, look at all those times when survival wasn't good. Think of like all of BFA and Mythic Plus, PvE in general. Survival was never really good. All of BFA. All of BFA at all. People forget about that completely. It's like, this is the first time I think they found a way to like make survival good, and hopefully we'll see that tier set, which I really do like the gameplay for it. Maybe somehow baked into the spec going forward in like a talent in Dragonflight. I'm just kind of hoping. But yeah, it's just like you see the spec actually did kind of decent, actually really, really decent. And it's like, delete it, get it out of here. I don't want to see it ever again. But it's like, okay, well, what do you want the meta to go back to? I don't know, man. I feel like I think it's maybe it all comes from like a somewhat of a selfish place. It's like, oh, is it my spec that's on top? Remove it. But as soon as like, let's say like, I don't know. Let's say you play I don't know. Let's say you play like I don't know. Let's say you play like a Fury Warrior. And then you're seeing like a Warlock on top, nerf it. Mage on top, nerf it. Fury Warrior on top, silence. Oh no, guys, it's perfectly fine. Guys, it's perfectly viable. Guys, you know that Fury Warrior has been really, really bad this whole time, but finally get to do pretty decent. It's perfectly fine, it's perfectly viable. You don't need to nerf it at all. I feel like that's kind of where it comes from, right? So everybody that is in top class gangs up with the top class every single time. I've been playing a lot of Arcane Demo and Maldiva. It's broken. Is it really? How do an RMP There's one thing that makes mage spec work well, yeah. I feel like where Outlaw Rogue for real is a little bit busted is when you run 2 of them in like a... when you double up on a spec. I feel like that's where it's like, okay, well maybe that should maybe get in there for a little bit. Because it's like, it's so good, let's just run 2 of them in like a competitive environment and just win. I feel like maybe that's where it could be like, you know, we just double stack in the class because it's that good. That's where it's like, you know what? Kind of like how Outlaw Rogues were in BFA. You were like double stack or triple stack from Mythic Pluses, especially season 2, but also season 3. Not as much season 1. I think more people played Assassination at the time. But season, oh no, there's somewhat sub. People play sub 2. But like season 2 and season 3, people will double stack it or triple stack it Outlaw at some point. Especially when it comes to MDI. It was incredible. And it was like, okay, well that definitely cannot stay because I want variety of classes. You know what I mean? I like the variety of compositions. You know what I mean? I guess there's a question of, is this class worth double stacking? Yes or no? If the answer is yes, then maybe it should get nerfed a little bit to promote more variety in gameplay. If no, well, I don't know. It's not the worst that it's strong for a season. I don't know. I guess it all depends how long the season is. Like, if season maybe were shorter, it wouldn't be that big a deal. Play double Arcane, Knife and Pala gives you summer canisphere, another mages give you this. Yo, that could be super fun, actually. Yeah, that could be really, really fun, dude. Double Knife, Arcane, Knife and Paladin. That would be really cool. Because nobody will be able to touch the Paladin either. There's Arcane Blast version of Arcanosphere is terrible. Is it? Arcanosphere, I really like the cheesiness, but it is like really, really predictable. Like if somebody knows how to play against it, it travels super slowly, and it's very easily dodgeable and pretty counterable too. It's pretty bad. It's good at low rating, but that's it. It's super fun at low rating when people have no idea what to do about it. It is super fun. I'm not even gonna lie. It is incredibly fun when people don't really know what to do about it. But when they do know, it's like a whole nother story. It's just a whole nother environment. It's really, really different at that point. But I personally have fun with it though. I enjoy the cheesiness, but I've always been like that though. I've always enjoyed like the cheesy strats and the cheesy plays. I've always been a big fan of stuff like that. Just because it's like, when it finally works, when the stars align, oh, it's enjoyable. But also I play a lot of them, like my alts, for example, very, very casually. Like, there's a difference between playing like the cheesy builds at a low rating or playing at a super competitive high-end rating. Big difference about it. Huge difference in general. But yeah. Boys, how we doing in the Horde, man? We just did a +1 in the Horde? What is going on? Yo. Hordy boys. We just did a +1. And we'll be good to go. Just one more to join in. Wants to pop in, boys. Who wants to join the group? Who wants to join the squad? Just did a +1. We'll be good to go. Are we ready? Nobody queues up? Oh no. Yo, we just hit a +1, man, on the Horde. Yeah, anybody on the Horde want to join in for 5V5 1v1, boys? I don't even have my coffee so far. What am I doing? Ah, beautiful. We just hit a +1 on the Horde, and we got ourselves 5V5 1v1 groups together, man. Need one? Dude, just need one more Hordy boy. It'll be good to go. I'll just reveal the class downs from DF. I don't want to wait 1 week every 2 classes to reveal. I don't think all of them are ready, Atham. I don't think all of them are finalized yet. Fine, let's go. Now we got a group. Let's go, boys. First 5V5 1v1 of the day. Bellator, Chicago. 5. First 5V5 1v1 of the evening. We finally got some boys together. Finally get groups together. Tigers Peak. What the? What is this arena? Okay, I did not automatically queue for this arena. This literally gave me a random arena. It literally gave me Tiger's Peak immediately, boys. I did not queue for Tiger's Peak. I promise you. I did not just queue for Tiger's Peak right now. What is this? I am a little bit confused. Completely. Is cross faction queue still disabled? I think it is, yeah. I think they'll still try to fix it. So it's disabled for all like PvP content. Even like war games. I guess they disabled it for like arenas and everything else too. But yeah, that's unfortunate, man. I was hoping maybe they would keep it at least for like what we do here, because that would have been really, really fun. I would have been really enjoying it because it would have been so much easier to put groups together as well. Would have been great. Alrighty, boys, we got our first 5v5 1v1 of the day. Yo, let's have some fun tonight, yeah? I gotta make sure I get the right music too. I gotta get my tunes in here, boys. Duels playlist. Give me that good. Maybe? Yeah. What? Okay, it works. Weird. Alrighty, so Twitch. We got ourselves Revendare first up versus Seamark. He's trying to go for a big old bestial wrath. Immediately Seamark immediately trinketing. So he's trying to go for a big old setup versus Revendare. Massive damage on a Revendare though. Seamark can just watch it. His health bar absolutely mad. Gets a Nova onto Revendare. Trying to land a Polymer, but Revendare's not letting it happen whatsoever. I'm wondering if Revendare got them red eyes. Let's go, dude. He got them Dark Ranger red eyes ready to go. Seamark bailing out of there. Actually kind of low on health. Might just need to go for a bit of recovery. Got himself all the time in case things really get really bad. Trying to go for a bit of a blink around Revendare. He's going to be tricking immediately out of the Hunter with a Frenzy Trap onto the Mage. As Seamark got himself big blaster damage ready to go. Ultra puts him back in a different position. Might be an Ice Block really early out of Seamark. This is going to be quick command out of Revendare. Utilizing the 4% damage increases for abilities and 4% pet damage as a BM. Actually putting quite a bit of pressure on Seamark. Is Seamark going to be going down early? Might be a very early Ice Block. Actually forced to Ice Block super early into the 5v5 1v1 duel on Team Revendare. We got ourselves Jerome over to Team Alliance. We got ourselves Trees and Totems. We got ourselves Vanguards. And we got ourselves Chicago. And it's going to be Seamark getting locked down with yet another stun as Revendare's just not giving him an opportunity whatsoever. Death Chakram ripping right through him. Does have all the time in order to send him back in a bit of a safe spot in the safety of health. Is going to go for a bit of a barrage with a port to follow just to try to stay away from Revendare as best as humanly possible. Trying to avoid Revendare, as well as trying to get, I guess, a bit of damage onto these pets. Going to be a flash cut down for Revendare. Seamark trying to go for a little bit of a setup with that Door of Shadows. Playing the Nigel Door of Shadows where he has the destroying effect. If he's able to line it up properly, then he might be able to get a big good CC onto Revendare. Finally gets a good run of power. Finally gets some big damage. Going to be massive Arcane Blast coming through with missiles to follow. Going to be a phase trap to stop a lot of the bursts from Seamark as Revendare does clean himself up all the buffs. Taking away that touch of the magic off of himself with that Craven Stratagem Feign Death Legendary. Is going to make it much harder for Seamark to really get a lot of damage. Or really get a much of a setup to follow. And that's going to be a Death Chakram just ripping through that shield. And Seamark trying to get some slows up to Revendare. Going to be the Chimeric Poison slowing down with the silence. Having to go for Trick and Stone to follow. Actually can't even go for a proper Invis. Has himself all the time. In case his health really dips super low. And it's actually the kill shot to follow. I think Revendare just now was playing Crows, weren't ya? I don't think I've seen Beastmaster Johanna play Crows in a long while. But he's got Crows as the pet and he's got Crows as the ability. That was a tough matchup, honestly. GG Flex is going to be up next versus Revendare. As he's trying to see if he might be able to tussle with the Beastmaster Hunter. Going to be immediate turtle out of Revendare. As soon as GG Flex starting to get a bit of a setup, DJ does pop some cooldowns with a coordinated assault. Revendare is trying to, I think, wait out until they have some cooldowns rolling in. That's also going to be more kill shots coming through for DJ. Hard putting down to stop Revendare in place. Trying to go for a bit of a crazy stratagem. Feign Death. Going to be Eagles flying in for DJ. As this more grenade damage, actually explosive damage onto DJ. I think with a Death Chakram. As he's trying to see if he can Mongoose Bite or Raptor Strike down Revendare. Going to try to go for a bit of a disengage. Going to be slow on him. I think the Chimeric Poison was removed immediately with a Feign Death. Going to be massive kill shots by DJ Flex with a grenade to follow. Stun onto DJ. Does have a chicken for it. Is DJ going to have to pop a defensive here? Revendare super low in health. Could be anyone's game. Revendare's trying to see if they can toss all on their own. Going to be kill shots exchange and DJ almost goes down. I don't know if that kill shot quit or not, but imagine if it did. Trees and Totems is going to be up next as a Elemental Shaman versus DJ. Picking up the eyes. Immediate stun by DJ as he's disengaging away from Trees and Totems. Looking for that Door of Shadows with the medic bandages. Immediately does reset his pet with a Feign Death, I think. Wait, how'd you reset your pet back over to you? You poured it and the pet kind of appeared next to you. I wonder if there's like a wait, maybe like when you poured and you Feign Death and the pet just resets next to you. I wonder if there's a strat. I wonder if there's a play. Going to be a Sun Totem around the corner with that capacitor. Trees and Totems will not be able to land a proper stun to DJ. Trees, looking at him, he is not playing the what's it called? Stormkeeper. So likely playing the very, is it cheesy? Actually, it's gonna become more of a viable build, isn't it? It's like the Ascendant's prog build for Lava Burst. If he gets enough procs, he could just one-shot DJ. Just if he gets super lucky, that's going to be a static totem. Try to keep him in place. DJ does focus down on totem. Going to be a wall really early for trees and totems, as he's going to go for a last to try to keep DJ in place. Definitely needs to go for a slow into DJ. It's going to be steel trap separating the two. Stun, but DJ has got some cooldowns rolling in. Knocked back by the elemental shaman. Doesn't deter DJ at all. Fire elemental join in, and hopefully trees and totems starts getting some procs for lava burst. It's kind of low in health. Try to see if he can force that DJ flex out in the open. It's going to be a quick muzzle on that flush cut with a freezing trap to follow. Try to put full control onto trees and totems. And the shaman may be in a big bit of trouble. Has a fire Ellie, so it's going to be a lot of procs over the lava burst as long as they got the tier set. Light and last at the stop, DJ flex in place for a second. Trees and totems needs to make sure there's a flame shock. That's a carefully placed flame shock onto DJ, making sure he gets full lava burst set up and everything. Massive earth shock. Actually, that's quite a bit of damage, but trees could be in big trouble. I think DJ might just be able to take him out with a kill shot. Stun by the earth elemental. Does trees get the procs they need? Try to go for a bit of a heal. Muzzle getting not reflected. I was about to say reflected, but it's getting juked. Gonna be some lava burst out of DJ. Looks like he was able to avoid that hex completely. Gonna be a static totem to put GG in place with a lasso to stun him. He's trying to see if he can get away from totem. Couldn't quite do it. Stun on trees and totems. As he does get stun locked himself. This is gonna be still the earth elemental. No longer as the wall from the earth Elysium. No longer are bolstered by the elemental. No longer have the defensive. And the elemental, I don't think, has a stun that's properly available anymore. Gonna be a massive kill shots by the survival hunter. Is getting a lot of dot pressure, dot damage with the grenades and all the dots, the bleeds, the poisons, and the fire damage from the grenades, doing quite a number onto trees and totems. So far he's been able to survive just fine. Only 9% into dampening, so he's able to heal himself plenty. Light and lasso to DJ. Looks like it's going to be a pet sec to try to reduce some of the damage taken. Trees and totems going in for a wall. It's going to have to worry about his own health unless he's just looking for them big procs right now. He needs to get himself a proper setup. Lava burst is going to get line decided unless DJ Flex wants to get up close and personal. It looks like he's going to be able to avoid all that hexes, all that CC. Harpooning onto trees and totems for a second, knocking him back for a moment. Looks like he is trying to see if he can disengage towards trees and totems, but can't quite reconnect. Kill shot around the corner as the hex trying to come out by the Shami, and DJ is able to dive into a camo immediately. Vanguard is going to be up next as an handsome shaman. Fleshcraft actually immuning that steel trap without Fleshcraft. I don't think they meant to. I think they just meant to give himself a bit of a defensive. But DJ places a hunter's mark on him. Should be able to get a proper setup. Has plenty of health to work with, but he might be down defenses. 30 seconds until he sees a trinket. Against a warrior, unless you have yourself proper CC, proper chains of abilities that you can utilize in order to peel the warrior off you, it could be a tight situation. Vanguard's trinket, I got the stun really early on, is going to use the pet in order to generate some resources off of. But definitely is going to have to be very careful whenever he goes for the recklessness, especially if it's a reckless abandon, potentially with a banner. As long as DJ has steel trap, freezing trap to separate away from Vanguard, so as long as there's no freezing trap to stop him, should be in a good spot. Vanguard's going in for big damage, reflecting the freezing trap back to DJ Flex. He's gonna force out a turtle immediately as he's trying to see if he can just wait out. Vanguard's focusing attention onto the pet as DJ actually forces the pet to walk away for a second, does allow him, as he's focusing the pet, to separate away from the warrior. Unless the next freezing trap is super perfect right now, it's going to be a blade storm to follow. Onto the steel trap, it's going to be an immediate hunter pet summon as he revives the pet. And DJ Flex got him to some cooldowns rolling again. Hopefully sometime soon. That's going to be a random grenade streak with a resonator for Vanguard. So I think just throwing it out, hoping if DJ is going to try to get aggressive, or maybe just try to keep him at bay. Not really sure. But the next freezing trap, if he can spell reflect the next freezing trap on his cooldowns, then he can be in a great spot. Quick charge over DJ Flex does feign death for a second stun onto Vanguards. Could be under a lot of trouble. Going to be a lot of damage with a bunch of back-to-back roots. He's got himself a reflect. It's going to reflect back on freezing trap back into DJ Flex, but still could be in big trouble. Vanguards doesn't have a lot of health to work, but I think it might be over. It looks like DJ is just going to sweep him under the rug. Just throwing out them raptor strikes back-to-back or mongoose bites. Not really sure what he's running for. I haven't seen a flanker strike, so it's hard to tell. Gonna be a shadow set by the rogue. Immediate check out on DJ Flex, trying to see if he can escape out of this situation. Not a lot of defense he can really use. It needs to get a well-placed freezing trap versus rogue. Does set up. Bunch of dots on a Jerome. Gonna be a quick evasion. And the Jerome should be able to dodge everything from DJ. Should be basically immune to all the damage of a survival hunter for a short moment. DJ just got to go for a bit of man advantage, trying to force Jerome to come to him. laying out the traps around the corner. Jerome has a trick in case he wants to use it. The question is he going to use it, or when is he going to use it rather? Kill shot by DJ does go into corner and so to make sure the kill shot does a lot of damage, but the rogue got even more damage than before. Oh, Jerome just absolutely just rotates on him. Back-to-back eviscerates in that Kyrian setup. Actually just takes him for a full spin with his burst. Fire X. I can mess up your name twice in a row. Earthfire is going to be up next as a enhancement shaman. I was about to say elemental, but it's going to be Ghost Wolves. Try to see if he doesn't have to trinket the rogue's burst just yet. Is going to pop a wall immediately with an Earth Elemental. Ghost Wolves joining in. Jerome is looking to bail out of there. Has advantage, most likely has a Shadow Meld. So he's not really in big trouble yet. He's taking a bit of damage from Earthfire though for quite a bit. That's going to be a massive lightning bolt to follow. Might actually have to use something here. Vanish as the sun comes out. It's going to be a flash cut by Earth. But Jerome is going to bail out of there, just walking out of there immediately. Just bailing out of there completely. As the sap comes out, I think he picked up the eyes, but you don't really have a good control of your pets as an enhanced shaman. Even though I feel like you should be able to send out your ghosts to attack a rogue as soon as you pick up the eyes. Wouldn't that be nice? Or Earth Elemental for that matter? It's only when you make up a primal Earth Elemental and they have like a pet bar, that's the only way you can really do anything. Gonna be a quick fear as the shaman gets real low. Gonna be a worst up. Actually, Jerome could be going down. Earth Elemental and the Ghost Wolves has a super low, does go for Sipping Cover last second, and it's gonna be trying to see if he can maybe take down Earth Rex, but it's gonna be a counter strike totem with a Frost Strike taking down the rogue. Oh my god. I think the rogue found himself in a tight spot where he just figured out, wait, I actually cannot reset. Wait, I'm actually at no health whatsoever. And I guess he decided to just go in and try to see if he could end it right then and there. Just sank everything into Earthfire X. But in the end, man, Earthfire ended up taking him down. I want to call you Earthfire Rex every single time. I don't know why I say your name out loud. But I just start thinking of the word Rex every single time. What the? Inhaling his soul. Chicago stopping that dirty business. Try to see if he might be able to tussle a muscle. Enhancement versus enhancement. Wall out of Earth really early on in Chicago. Not focusing. It looks like they did focus down the counter strike totem. That is something that's new and I don't really see that often. Trick out of Chicago. Actually chooses to get himself out of that situation. Gonna be a static totem onto Earth. Into the stun. After the thunder. Rotated CC. Big out fear onto Chicago. Did not have pre-tremor for it. But for Earthfire, at least as a defensive, will not be able to use that defensive to maybe disengage from Chicago. Instead, going kind of aggressive, trying to build some maelstrom. Go to be Chicago, bail out for a second as the Ghost Raptors joining in. Earthfire has plenty of mana in order to keep himself alive. Does Chicago have enough here? Then the last one left standing. Got himself the A restricted to give himself a bit of a defensive. Earthfire dropping down the Earthbind totem, trying to see if it can slow down the approach of Chicago. Is Chicago event here on this thing? Might be. I guess we'll see in just a moment here. Should have the Euphoria buff from Najee building up, unless they're playing something else entirely. Maybe Draven. With Draven, I don't really know what I could. I guess you don't really see Draven buff unless you like die, and then you see like statue after you. You don't really see any giveaways, visual giveaways. Earthfire kind of low on health. It's gonna be a stun in Chicago. And it's going to be a big lightning bolts on Chicago to follow out from another Earthfire. Have anything to follow against some Sky Fury. Doesn't have anything right after. It looks like Chicago literally walks by him, bites on him, chomps down on him in a raptor farm and just keeps on trucking. As Gruendal is going to be up next. Trying to see if you go for a Tiger's Fury immediately. I think it's going to be a big old one-shot here, isn't it? Most likely. Going to be Static Totem trying to keep him in place. And looks like Chicago is just going to walk away from the Feral Druid. Try to go for a little bit of a heal up. Those are Ghost Raptors back up. Ghost Raptors are up, but they're not really aggressive with Gruendal. Now they're charging in finally. Building Chicago a little bit of that. Actually, hold on. I think the Ghost Raptors probably... Unless I'm wrong, I think Ghost Raptors should build Maelstrom like passively, don't they? Gonna be Gruendal trying to go for a main into a bash. Chicago's full beats are rolling in. It's gonna get himself a restun. And then does get himself a rake right after. Taking down Chicago. DJ coming in with 3 kills. Seavar tried to go for a bit of a setup, but a Beastmaster Hunter didn't really give him a chance to play him. Then we had the Shame is taking down rogues and then taking down one another with Gruendal finishing it off. Yo, pretty good duel to start it off with, man. I feel like some of the matchups, like for Seavar in particular, that matchup was a little bit tough compared to like what a preferred matchup was for a mage. But I want to go again, man. I want to see it again. Good show the buzz or have the monitor, so it's all good, my guy. It's all good. See, Mark, it's all good. Matchups like that happen, man. Yo, boys, let me know when you guys are ready for more 5V5 1V1 DUELS on the day. When you ever react now, dude? It's 2:30. Yeah, 130. Dude, AU actually took over with some of the duels. I don't know how that happened. But usually NA had a really big lead on them duels. But AU kind of took over. I was getting unlucky. That happens sometimes, man. It happens to everybody. 5 still good to queue. Let's get ourselves going, boys. Yo, Print, my man. I gotta get some games to Print sometime, dude. I miss that guy. The Grand Arena. That was a weird arena too, man. That normally we don't start with something like that. We got ourselves on the Grand, the good old flat lands. Should be a little bit easier to get around and do stuff. Solo Shuffle doesn't say right now Farm Honor, Caucus Spam Arenas. Yeah, Solo Shuffle is really good if you're trying to get a gear, boys. Talking about Smack BM when you're playing in Mage, quite funny. Wait, what? Oh my god, dude. Oh no. You guys remember what I said, like whenever it's not your class, it's like top tier, you always want every other class to be brought down below yours. That's what I meant, chat. That is exactly what I meant. Alrighty, boys, let's get another 5v5 1v1 duels going, boys. I mean, to be fair, like I don't really consider like Arcane like super broken top tier though. Like there's some cheesy stuff, but not super top tier. Alrighty, I actually need to get the audio up and running. Oh geez, so Twitch. Bellator getting really aggressive together with Vanguards immediately, just trying not to give him much of a breathing room whatsoever. Vanguards already able to go for a bit of a defensive within range regeneration. Looks like Bellator is going to stick around next to that Resident Trigger, dropping down big knockdown with Aftershock onto Vanguards. Vanguards needs to walk away from that Aftershock. Those knockdowns are going to be the death of him, but actually looks like Bellator is going to be the death of him instead. A furry Night Fae Fury Warrior, a furry Fury Night Fae. There's a lot of F's in there. A Fae Furry Fury. A Furry Fae Furry. Looks like Bellator. Hopefully it won't be a dead Fae Furry compared to next to Jerome. As the rogue is not really giving him much of a chance, kind of giving him that Bellator treatment. Bellator didn't really give that warrior an opportunity, kind of just rushed out at him. And Jerome taking a bit of damn, but looks like he's going to be sticking behind the pillar. Bellator doesn't really have much of an option, but go for a bit of reset. Does get the rogue out, but this is going to be a trinket. Deals for a disarm immediately. Seeing the rogue going in for a shadow strike. The rogue didn't commit really any cooldowns there, so Bellator better maximize the fact that he got the rogue out of stealth. But looks like he won't be able to, unless the rogue walks out next to the whirlwind. Looks like it's going to be a stab. Bellator trying to go for a bit of a leap, hoping to maybe see if you can whirlwind next to the rogue and get him out of stealth. Looking for the eye pickup in case he goes back up. Jerome hitting him with a kidney shot. Bellator does not have a defense to survive. He's hoping that the rogue does not crit. Does get himself a heal in between him in the last second in between of these stuns. This is why you want to make sure that your stuns are airtight as a rogue. Otherwise, you give a warrior an opportunity to catch a bit of a reheal. It looks like that's going to be Bellator getting a proc of Recklessness without Reckless Abandon. Or maybe like an actual Reckless Abandon. I think that actually might be a real Reckless Abandon. Well, I don't know actually. I'm not even sure. It's going to be Bellator able to get back up in terms of healing. It's going to get himself a big old heal within range regen. Going to be getting a shot out of Jerome, committing damage into the defense of Bellator. Still needs a heal after this. It's going to be Fear onto the rogue, trying to see if he can swipe as much healing as he can. Looks like he does recover a little bit, but Bellator is still in a bit of a tight spot. Does go for the Night Fae port around the corner with a charge towards Jerome. Looks like Jerome is going to go for a bit of a shot him. I am surprised walking over the ancient aftershock. He didn't knock himself down. Looks like he's going to proc himself out. He's standing on it. Jerome still dotted up. Bellator, if you can see him real quick. I think he picked up the eye. It doesn't really matter. Jerome landing, get a shot. Does Bellator get a heal? In between, almost gets one. He needs one real quickly. Does get a heal as the next episode was going to be deadly. Bellator needs whatever he can to survive and recover. But it looks like Jerome with that evasion does not really give him much of an opportunity to get a disarm or anything unless you get a fear. Or unless you get some big defensive. That's really all you can do. Cheap shot onto Seaver. Does have a board to follow. That's going to be Mercer Torment trying to get set up versus Jerome. The smoke bomb is going to try to create some line of sight. Seaver is just going to walk out of the max range of the rogue where he could get a cast off, but where he can't really get interrupted or cheap shot in. He kind of hoping that the rogue does auto attack and does use abilities in order to proc some of those Mirrors of Torment. Going to be getting a shot into Seamark, Druid onto Jerome, touching the magic, full burst, the rogue with a cloak shot his last second, almost got melted. One more global still needed for Seamark, he can still probably do it. It's going to be Jerome trying to see if he can go into a vanish and complete reset versus Seamark. Seamark mounting up, trying to see if he can find the rogue. Next global would have been deadly just now. That was a lot of burst. I think even Jerome was a bit surprised by it. He did not pre-cloak it. He kind of cloaked as a response once he got super low. And now he's just trying to avoid Seawork as best possible. At least there's a lot of Seawork cooldowns down for the count, but having access to a blink, like a normal blink, makes it much easier. Seawork trinketing, I think he wanted to trinket to get Jerome into combat, but maybe might have been a little bit too aggressive with it. Gonna be ulti time immediately following that blink. Nova onto Jerome, finally able to get some kind of damage to go to pressure. Does still have ulti time in case he wants to use it. It looks like Jerome gonna get some slows on him. Dora shadows for Seawork, trying to see if he can get interrupted on that shadow. It's gonna be a poly. That's just magic. Does Seawork have himself a big old go right now? If he has himself a good setup, he could potentially have something to work with here. Trying to see if he gets a blast out. Gonna be missiles to follow with a blast right after. Gonna be a barrage to follow. Is that a lot of damage? Gonna be touching the magic. Not doing the biggest amount of damage, but doing decent amount. Ulti time is up for Seawork in case he wants to get himself a bit of a reset. As soon as he presses that blink, he has ulti time ready to go immediately. And he's gonna use that ulti time to reposition to get a barrage into Jerome. Blind on Seawork does not have a trinket for this one. It looks like Jerome found himself a proper 100% guaranteed reset opportunity versus Seawork. Sap onto the mage. As Jerome is looking for a bit of a reset. We're hitting that 5-minute mark here in just 10 seconds, boys. This is where Dampening finally going to start calling in. So any of these resets by the mage, by the rogue, eventually it's going to be hard to track it, because you're not getting as much healing as possible. Seawork taking a lot of damage, does have himself prismatic in order to get himself a lot of healing. Touches the match onto the rogue with the mirrors of torment, going to be blast to follow with missiles, but after Jerome can't really stop it, has to go for a bit of a defense, a bit of offense. Smoke bomb to follow. It's going to be a barrage by Seawork. It's going to be massive touch of magic. Cloak of Shadows up right now. Ice block for Seawork, trying to play it as safe as possible. The rogue trying to go for a bit of a reset. All the time is up for Seawork. If he can catch up to Jerome, he might be in a decent spot. It's going to be a barrage. The rogue still catches himself a reset. It's going to be a Nova attempt by Seawork. I am surprised he was able to get the rogue Nova'd out. It looks like Jerome barely escaped that Nova, barely escaped the AoE, able to get himself a proper sap, but to see if he knows the next stun is going to force out a blink. If he goes for a Shadow Strike, maybe not. If he goes for a Shadow Strike, then maybe not. Looks like it's going to be that Shadow Strike, Invis, Massive Invis for Seawork, trying to go for a poly. Looks like the rogue is going to be able to get him out of stealth. It's going to be tricking out of rogue, as it looks like he's going to be able to finish off that Eviscerate at the end. Seawork trying to do the very best, but the rogue catching them crits. It looks like maybe Duel is going to be up next as a Feral Druid. We got ourselves on the back Earth Rex, we got us Earthfire X, we got us a DJ Flex. It looks like it's going to be a sap at the Duel pretty early on. Jerome, hopefully will get himself a bit of a opportunity here. Maybe to get himself a big setup, maybe a big burst. He did spend a lot of cooldowns into Seawork just now. Could potentially be the big bleeds out of Duel taking him down. It's going to be a quick manage by Jerome. Does he have a Kyrian pick up to follow here? Looks like he's going to go dip it into stealth, utilizing the stealthy shield in order to give himself a little bit better survivability to survive the bleeds. As long as he's able to consistently catch himself re-stealths, he should be able to have those bleeds absorb all the bleed damage. And looks like it's exactly what he went for. That's why he vanished out, just to see if he could maybe just upset a lot of those bleeds, a lot of that dot damage into his shield instead of worrying about his health. But going to be a wall early by Duel. And he doesn't have a trinket anymore. Sad but Jerome. If Jerome is another set of bursts here with a Kyrian, he does have himself a dance window. Going to be Aegis up for Duel. Not much you can really do. I guess a portion of the rogue damage is going to go into the Aegis, because it is shadow damage, getting the shot and the Aegis falling off. He's going to make massive execute burst. What is that execute just now by Jerome? Jesus, what was that? Hold on. What is that execute? Execute. I keep calling it execute. It's a Shadow Strike. What was that crit? Huh? Wait. What? Chad, did you see that? What was that? He went from like, I swear to God, he went from like 80% health to like 2. Jesus, that must have crit hard. Jerome tried to see if he might be able to get that kind of crit onto Earthfire X. And it's getting quite a bit of damage in there. He must be playing Finality Legendary, right? I don't think he's playing like anything else. He has to be playing some damage Lego. That's gotta be massive. I think he's like full verse, a full mastery, looking for that crit. Trying to see if he can get lucky on it. Gotta be Earth, Fire with the Earth Elemental. Trying to see if he can keep the rogue out in the open. But this rogue is a real assassin. Get a shot onto Earthfire. Does he have himself the big eviscerates? He's trying to fish for them big procs. Cheap shot onto Earthfire. That is also going to be Counter-Strike Totem. Trying to be very, very careful against it. That was the Shadow Blade's getting used up too. This is why I feel like Jerome wanted to go for a big go. Just wasn't getting lucky on the scripts at all. Is not really focusing down on the Counter-Strike Totem at all. I guess as long as you line of sighted, you should be okay. Earthfire is able to give himself a bit of a reset. Jerome does dive in his stealth, I think with his Shadow Meld. That's going to be a proper reset there. Does he have any dots on him? Looks like it's going to be Shadow Strike to build some combo points off of Earthfire X. Forcing out a Capacitor Totem, is able to avoid it. And Earthfire is looking to give the pressure onto the rogue as best as humanly possible. 8 minutes in a duel, 22% dampening. So this, yeah, the healing is going to be quite reduced. Big eviscerates coming through for Jerome. Massive eviscerates back to back. Almost taking down Earthfire X just like that. And that's going to be as the Sunder comes down, does dip right under the Torrent, taking him out, and just dodges away out of that Sunder. Gonna be GG Flex up next. Jerome hitting him with a slow. And Jerome getting hit with a stun. This is where Jerome needs something for himself. Needs to vanish and get himself a clean way out. It's going to be evasion. And GJ is going to be limited on what he can do. Jerome tried to see if he might be able to turn up the heat versus GJ Flex. Massive eviscerate, get him really low. Does he get another one back to back? It's going to be another cheap shot. That's going to be a Craven stratagem, giving him a little bit of that immunity to damage for a little bit. Start root onto Jerome. Has a Cloak of Shadows. Definitely needs to vanish out of there as soon as possible. Make sure there's a Cloak of Shadows so there's no Hunter's Mark. Avoiding out from the flare. Does dive away from the flare. And DJ is still under a ton of pressure. Quick snap, freezing trap on Jerome though does put him behind unless Jerome makes a hell of a play. This is going to be behind. That's going to give DJ Flex an opportunity to catch a camo, put a Hunter's Mark on the rogue. Now he knows where the rogue is at all times. There's no way of surprising DJ, and DJ gives himself a proper reset. Actually, no way for him to counter. He knows exactly where you are. He can just start with a stun. He can start with the trap immediately. Jerome is going to have to be very careful. All he has is really a blind, as well as a shadowy duel. Stun immediately onto the rogue. GG Flex making sure to get some dots and just max range in Jerome. Smoke bomb out. Jerome needs to give himself as much healing as possible. He's going to burn a dance just to get some stuns back to back on the pet. Get a shot on GJ. This is his opportunity. He better make it the best play he's got. Big eviscerates to follow. Cheap shot right after. Does he have another eviscerate? Going to be turtle out for GJ Flex. He has a blind in case he needs to. Blind onto the pet. Jerome trying to see if he can catch himself a reset. Looks like he does dive into the stealth. Flare onto GJ Flex. Does have a sap. Could still be dead. Wait. Jerome needs to make sure he doesn't crit. Wait. Pet somehow gets him out in the open. I guess the flare got Jerome out of the way, out and about. Next freezing trap could really stop a lot of your bursts. Try to see if he can shot us up around the corner towards DJ. That's going to be stunned to the pet for a second. Has himself dance available. I think he's just ready for a full kidney shot. Trinket, kidney shot on DJ. Ooh, does end up executing him just like that. Oh my goodness. The rogue went for a 1v5. Dude, that's some fatty eviscerate. I keep calling them eviscerates. Wait, I keep calling them executes. Those eviscerates are literally executes. Jesus. Wait, 7k Shadow Strike? What? That's a lot. That seems pretty hard hitting. Hola, fishes. What's up, Bubber? Did you see the burst out of the Rockman? 40k eviscerate? Jesus Christ. Wow. That's half of your entire health bar. Most people that are super geared have like at least 80,000 health or so, maybe a little bit more. That's basically half your health bar just gone. Jesus. Executes on a single dagger strike. Kidding me. Actually incredible. Alright boys, let's get another up and running. If you guys are ready, let me know. If you got 5-man groups, let me know, boys. Jesus Christ, ridiculous. It is really strong. You gotta be like giga burst out, giga mastery out, or maybe sacrifice some versatility for even more mastery. Because it's probably got no crit and it's like hoping for them crits. Please, Blizzard Gods, deliver upon me a fatty crit. 30k miss and pop? Yeah, it's crazy. I didn't expect for your health just like, whoa. Just like depleted. Maybe a cross faction works. We'll see. I mean, if you guys want to try open it up to cross faction, I don't really know if it does or doesn't. So many low players gone in characters on Alliance. I know cross faction works with PvE content, but I don't know about PvP though. But if you guys want to open it up and try, give it a go. 5v5, ready to go? Alright, boys, let's get an up and running, man. Let's get an up and running, boys. I'm enjoying these duels a lot, dude. We got quite a lot of DM out of for everybody. I'm liking that. I'm liking that a lot. How did you list? Oh yeah, you're good, you're good. I'm a queue. I'm a queue again. Let's go, boys. More 5v5 1v1 duels on the evening. The interest in playing Alliance has increased. I feel like the interest has always been there. You couldn't really do much, right? You kind of had to play Horde. Okay, now it should work. Bellator Chicago, now it should work. Sorry about that. I would delete my whole WoW account if I let one player get my total team. I mean, sometimes there's something you can do about it, and other times, Cal, there's nothing you can do about it, my guy. Sometimes there's nothing you can do about it. Especially if it's a rogue that's hitting your team for 40k eviscerates, man. That's half someone's health bar. You only need 2 of those and you're done. Damn, looks so fun though. It looks so fun though. Oh my god. I want to try like a big eviscerate build. I mean, I kind of remember doing that with a DFA, because you can do that with a Vendetta and Sepsis. It's really, really nutty. You can smack somebody for a ton of damage. Bet the red build next week. How many Versa I'm trying to aim for? Yo, hit me with it. Guess how many Versa? All the Versa. Or like maybe at least 2. Is it not working? Okay. Chicago, Bellator, Ryukyu, and again. Hopefully it works this time around. 45% Versa. Jesus. Blades Edge Arena, boys! Have you seen the Rotten Legacy synergies with tier set? The Rotten. The Rotten isn't that the Shiv Legum? Does it synergize with the tier set? Oh, which tier? Assassination? Wait, the Rotten is a backstab one, isn't it? I guess like it could, like if you're like a bunch of shadow strikes doing a bunch of damage. It can, but the window for it is so small, Cora. I imagine it can, because they did make that. So they made the tier set for Subtlety Rogue very interactable with anything about Shadow Strikes. Anything and everything. Early on in the alpha, it caused like some bugs and issues, but Rogues were in contact with the guy that made the tier set, and he's like, the general idea was, well, it's a Shadow Strike. So anything that affects a normal Shadow Strike, talents, Legos, traits, anything should synergize with it as well, because it's basically a free Shadow Strike. That's how it's coded. It's not like a tier set shoots a Shadow Strike. It's your character presses Shadow Strike for free. It's kind of like a Outlaw Rogue second Sinister Strike, or second Sinister Strike. I'm so used to thinking of them as Saber Slashes. Revendare off the bat, yo, switch. Revendare, yo, I gotta get the new tunes in here. Just pop it off. Cooldowns now. Revendare first up for the team 2. Already popping up cities versus Earthfire. Gonna be Elemental Shaman instead of Enhancement, but Elixir just getting suppressed by the shots and the pet damage out of this Beastmaster Hunter. Like Lassa on to Revendare as he's got himself a little bit of a. Actually, not even taking any damage whatsoever. Gonna be a freezing trap onto that Earth Elemental. Earthfire just looking to jump off the bridge. Just trying to find some cover from the shots fired. Gonna be the crow swinging around the corner. As Revendare not getting much of an opportunity. I like that Vampire set you got going on. That Vampire set with the Dark Ranger mod gonna be immediate feign death as soon as the Primordial Bolt connects. So it's trying to deny Earthfire X any kind of burst opportunity. Gonna be the Sky Fury totem down for the count. Looks like it's gonna be there for a bit. Gonna be like Lassa. Revendare does bust out in with the trinket. Gonna be Earthfire kind of lowish on health. Revendare disengaging around the corner, trying to reconnect back with our fire. He's out in the open, trying to again go for cover, find to cover. This is going to be a chimeric poison, slowing him down, silencing him. Then reduce how much damage and healing he does. Warsaber on the corner does stump down Revendare, as well as the pets, but the Beastmaster Hunter stun. Knocked back onto Revendare, doesn't knock the pets back super far. Cobra shot to follow after the kill shot, and Revendare looking for the reset. Man, super aggressive. With DJ, is it DJ Flex up next? Looks like it's not. It looks like it's gonna be Bellator. Sees Revendare. It's gonna be immediate freezing trap. Does he have a trinket for it? Looks like he just burned a trinket. Gonna be a knockdown to Revendare. Definitely needs something. Gonna be feign death as the Void Outbreaker comes out. Prepped it ahead of time as they saw the burst coming out of for Bellator. Needs to slow down the warrior as best as possible. Bellator has the pets that he can give attention to and build resources off of. Going to be a death shock him, slicing right through Bellator, explosion coming through. It's going to turn around onto one of the pets for just a second. Does he get himself as much FP as possible? Looks like just like the Shaman, he's going to jump off the bridge, find himself a little bit of cover. Revendare's pets are actually doing quite a number onto Bellator. The crows on top of it, playing the full crows build. Look at it, he's got crows as pets. He got crows, the talent. He got crows all over the place. Literally bird woman over here. With a reflect out for Bellator in case there's a freezing trap latent out for him. Revendare is trying to see if they can create stuff. Bit of line of sight, pulling the pets back, not letting Bellator just absolute rampage in the pets. With a series set proccing in that reckless abandon over and over. Stun onto Bellator, no way for him to get out of it. Revendare trying to keep Bellator out in the open, gonna be charged to reconnect. Massive heal for Bellator with Enraged Regeneration. It's gonna be Death Shock burning right through him right after. That's gonna be Enraged Regeneration falling off, kill shot away, and oh, Revendare! 4% damage buff on Cobra shots, kill commands, and a 4% pet damage buff. And apparently that was just enough for him. Apparently that was literally enough for Revendare. to just like start dominating as a Beastmaster Hunter. I feel like it's been a bit since we've seen Beastmaster Hunter join the 5v5 duels. I know they're good in arenas, but it's been a while since we've seen them join duels. But damn the damage they got going on. Maybe it's the build that Revenue is playing. Maybe it's like Crows, Death Chakram, and the pet damage double pet, Cobra Shot spam. Maybe that's what's really giving him a lot of opportunity. Kragma is going to be up next as Revenue trying to see if he can slow him down. Going to be jumping off the side. Kragma trying to see if he might be able to reconnect with him. Gus Wall rolling in. That's going to be a big bleed with a tier set. Revenue definitely needs to remove that bleed as soon as possible. Stuns Kragma does have a chicken for it. Might want to use it. It's going to be Barskin. Just trying to see if the Barskin might be enough with the Friends of Reach on. It is going to be some healing reduced right after with the Chimeric Poison. It's going to go into bear form trying to give himself even more self-healing as possible. Revenue kinda half his health. Kragma definitely under half. Gonna be a scary beast to try to give him a little bit of extra CC. And Revenue going for yet another scare, but just trying to control Kragma as best as possible. Got a concussive shot. Kragma able to finally get himself a regrowth. No interrupts for Revenue for a second. Does finally land it there. As the spats are actually doing quite a bit of a damage. Gonna be more regrowths for Kragma. Flash cut for Revenue, trying to make sure that they're super healthy. Kragma did not get to recover that much of health around the corner. I think it just might be over with those pets. Normally those pets don't really do that much damage for PvP, but it looks like those pets auto attack damage. It's actually decent enough. Flash cut does not have an interrupt by the looks of it, so it looks like Kragma could have channeled full flash cut, but decided against it, staying in that bear form. I think maybe trying to see if he can tank out this damage a little bit. But it looks like Revenue is going to be able to land that kill shot, shooting down the kitty cat. DJ Flex trying to see if he can out-hunter the hunter. Gonna be dropping down that flame shot onto the crow of Revenue. This way, Revenue, if they go for a feign death, they cannot remove that flame shot. It is always gonna be there. That means free kill shots for DJ Flex. He doesn't care about the flame shot shadow damage on Revenue, but rather he cares to make sure those kill shots follow through, tossing out, lobbing them grenades onto Revenue, trying to make sure there's a serpent sting on him at all times. If he can't be next to Revenue, at least there's going to be dots on him at all times. Revenue has a port available. Used to somehow get some kind of burst pressure and damage versus DJ Flex, or maybe find himself a camo and go for a bit of a reset. Definitely needs to figure out the one to have the pet stay on DJ. Looks like it's going to be a camo attempt, but the pets have bleeds on him. Revenue is not able to really get himself a good setup. That's going to be a kill shot to follow. Big bleeds, so Revenue going for as much self-healing as humanly possible. Battle Master Stricken together with acceleration. Is this where they're going to press offensive, trying to see if they might be able to make a play versus DJ Flex. The next Crows and the next Death Chakram could potentially be massive versus DJ, especially if Revenue has a stun together with it. DJ no longer has a trinket, so the next person to land a stun could be the winner here. DJ trying to see if he can put in the pressure. Does Revenue have anything to follow? Gonna be a stun out of DJ Flex. Revenue might be going down to the Mongoose Bite and the kill shot. That's trying to see if they can out-hunter a hunter, with Chicago up next. Chicago rolling in with the Elemental Ghost Rolls or Ghost Raptors build, yeah? Yeah, they are. Static Tone to try to put DJ Flex in place. He decides, you know what, I'm going to turtle out of here. Go for a bit of a reset. Chicago looking to try to see if they can maybe reconnect with the Hunter, but a Freezing Trap is going to stop them in their tracks. And likely, unless the Circle Elemental is super good about keeping pressure and aggro onto DJ, that isn't going to be DJ at least denied camo. Trying to go for a bit of a feign death. The pet is still under a lot of pressure. It is still aggroed. As long as Chicago making sure to at least keep some kind of like a flame shock effect on the pet, anything that will definitely keep DJ Flex in combat. If he tries to camo and the pet has any kind of damage or taking any kind of damage whatsoever, then DJ will not be able to get himself a clean reset. The only way he gets himself a proper clean one is if maybe the pet dies and then DJ is just solo by himself. And if he camos, then he'll be in a decent spot. The pet is kind of down below, still fighting the Earth Elemental. DJ's out here with Chicago. Lobbing grenade stunned. It's going to be tricky for Chicago. Immediate wall to follow him. And DJ dropping down a steel trap, trying to keep Chicago away from him. But like Chicago is going to be able to bust out of there pretty quickly. DJ definitely needs a freezing trap as soon as possible. The Ghost Raptors could eat that trap, if anything, though. But the Ghost Raptors looks like they're focusing down on the Raptor of DJ. They're focusing on Pet rather than on the Hunter. That is one of the disadvantages of playing Enhancement, is you can't really control your Ghost Raptors super well. I think it was actually maybe a free proc Rapture from Chicago. That might have been a tier set proc Rapture. Going to be static tournament. DJ Flex looks like he's caught in. Needs to take down tournament as soon as possible. Chicago finally gets to close the gap for a second, but this looks like it's going to be a steel trap to stop him in place. Again, the Ghost Raptors just got to turn attention onto the main pet of DJ. It looks like DJ finally does get himself some sort of reset for Chicago. Is there a flame shock roll on the pet? It looks like the maybe. He's trying to play a little bit more careful with the manning advantage, but at 80% dampening, it is quite reduced. Maybe he can stay away from Chicago long enough to try to get a camo, but it looks like the Frost Check is going to send him back into combat. Stun on Chicago. Maybe DJ can make some work here. He's gonna go for the stun and try to see if he can keep Chicago away from him. Maybe can get him to a proper camo. It's gonna forward back towards his side of the arena. But with Chicago picking up the eyes, there's really not much DJ Flex can really do to hide. He has a freezer trap waiting for Chicago. And he's gonna kind of keep the freezer trap in the room. Big LA blast on the DJ. Again, just under pressure. Finally, the Raptors do the work and they're attacking the right target. DJ actually under ton of pressure. Next lightning bolt is probably gonna be over. And Chicago does end up taking him out with Grundal. Last one over for the team. 1 up next. Bash on to Chicago. Probably waiting to get a big bleed set up. Massive bleeds are available. Chicago trying to see if they keep the kitty in place together. Away from Capacitor Totem, but at least keep him away in the static totem. Trying to fence him off away from the rest of society. And Chicago is looking for the recovery. Still bleeding profusely. Definitely need to get out the stitches and try to suture himself back up. Try to find a way to recover. He's going to go for a wall really early as Grundal swings by him. But Grundal's looking more for a reset. Going to be the Raptors keeping him out in combat. Grundal may have a prowl with that incarnation still available though, so he may be able to force a prowl. Either way, it looks like Incarn is over. I think it's over. I think that opportunity's gone. Grundal disoriented the bets. I really dislike how the Raptors got disoriented for a second by the bear, and they're like, all right, well, there's this guy we were just biting earlier, but now we're just gonna let him go. We're just gonna disconnect. I hate that. I wish there was better control for enhancement shaman over your pets. Kind of like how, kind of like how Elemental Shaman gets good better control of their pets with Primal Elementalist, or Unholy Nothing gets track of their pets. Because they're not really pets, but it still would be a very, very nice quality of life update for PvP. Just using your pets to not like a stealthy escape, my god. Because sometimes the AI, it's not the greatest. It's like a tyrant for, it's like the tyrant for Demonology Warlocks. It's supposed to be the demonic commander, the brains of the operation, and sometimes does really, really silly stuff in the end. But Chicago, I think maybe was trying to see if they could go for a big X-Skip burst with Grundal. Looks like the Feral got nothing really left of this, but it's just a Chicago just waited it out. I think maybe trying to see if they could go for like some kind of an X-Skip play, literally dancing on him. Not really giving him much of a respect there. Going to be an interrupt into Sunder. One more heal for Feral. I think it's going to be over. Just not giving him respect whatsoever. What is this, Chicago? Does end up taking him out though. And that's gonna be 3 for Rivendare, 2 for Chicago. And I think it was Flags that was the only one to be able to shut down Rivendare, man. Only a hunter can stop a hunter. Dude, BM damage has got a lot better. Even like BM damage was pretty good before this, but damn, that damage is pretty up there now, huh? Alrighty, boys, let's get another up and running, yeah? Let's get another 5v5 1v1 duel on the day, boys! And ASL, and we got ourselves, what, 30, 130, 132? Yo, we are a little bit behind on them NA duels. We gotta get more in. Kick him in, all good, Kyle. Don't worry about him, my guy. Don't worry about him, my man. Yeah, no worries, my guy. Blizzard Entertainment job listing World of Warcraft level designer for PvP. Wait, and the new level designer? We posted a position for a level designer specifically for PvP content in World of Warcraft, Battlegrounds and Rise of World PvP zones. Perfect for someone who loves WoW and experience with making levels for PvP games. Through a parade the day this position was approved. Oh, much appreciated this role. Yo, okay. You'll create PvP layouts from 2D maps and pictures of final art, polish, and environmental composition, terrain sculpting, and painting, asset placement, and lighting skills. Okay, embrace the Blizzard's core value of every voice. Optimize the content so you can judge as many players possible. Participate and contribute in culture. Design and build with engaging gameplay bases. Experience with 3D Studio Max. Ability to self-manage. What's interesting in stories you have about experience on the most open world experience of WoW. Okay, cool, yo. Yo, if you guys want to make a big change, man, it's time to start making some apps. 3 out of 5, yo, ball trying to put a go together. Let's go, boys. Yo, if y'all guys got any kind of experience in PvP games or trying to make an impact in WoW for PvP, man, this 3 gotta put in an app, dude. Hey, what's up, Last Thing? Alright, man, hope you're having a good one. Jerome, is that rogue took the whole team? Yeah, I think it was. I believe so. EU Alliance PvP is dead, it seems. Yo, with cross faction, if they can get it working by next week, yo, that would be nice, wouldn't it be? Is anybody who's chill? Let's see if I can do some work. Yo, chill pills. I don't think he's in tonight. Chicago's ready to go. I think Belcher maybe gave Bald, let him take over, or maybe Bald got a separate team. I don't know if Belcher got a separate team or whatnot. Dalaran, my man. What's up, my guy? Hope you're having good, my man. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I had a little bit of a slow start today, but I'm doing fantastic. How about you, my man? Just polishing off my coffee. Learning fire mage, but doing good. Let's go, my guy. Let's go, my man. Three out of five, 4 out of 5, let's go, boys. I went. It's so good, Cargat. Thanks so much for popping in, man. Appreciate ya. We need a +1 over for the team ball, boys. From 20 to 100 to 20 with one of this. Really? Do you have like a but Cargat, do you have a screenshot, like details, like this, like damage taken, or the rogue's damage zone for that arena? Just see like what is the highest damage you did. Just like if let's say you have like details and you, I wish I had the details on right now. If I reset my UI though, I'll lose the guys whispers, and I kind of don't want to do that. But if you go to details and you go to the rogue damage, and you click on the eviscerate, and you can highlight it. I log in the sham. Okay. What do you want to do? Whether you want to play sham or not? True, Atho, true. But you do a lot of those, man, don't you? You do a lot of that secondary stuff. But I'm glad you enjoyed, man. That's what it's there for. That's what is there for, my dude. What's up, Jack? What can I do, my man? Oh yeah, I'm a good on my guy. How you doing, man? What are plans after PvP Dal tonight? After this, I'm gonna get myself some food, chill on the couch. Ready? All right. We got Chicago, we got Bold, ready to go, boys. Let's go. After this, I'm gonna chill on the couch, man, and get myself a bit of a break, and then I'll probably get some video work done. Try to see if I can maybe get to sleep a little bit early. I do want to play a bit though. I would love to push score this week, like whether in arenas or whether in like mythic pluses. Good. What about you? I'm doing pretty good, man. Not really. I'm lacking sleep pretty badly as of recently, but besides that, I'm doing pretty fantastic. Besides that, I'm feeling pretty good. Am I late? Probably a little, maybe. But otherwise, you're good, man. You want to join in the 5v5s, my guy? We got more groups. We got Kevin joining in. Let's go. DJ. Got some Squippy. We got some over there. Jerome popping off. Chicago. Regular boys in here. We do mythic, let me know. Sounds good, my guy. Sounds good. I just went to the mailbox. They did something to auction. Now see a fine 7 mil goal. Yo, 7 milli. Yo, go for it, my guy. Having goals is good. Alrighty, boys. 7 mil gold. Yo, let's go. That's pretty big. What'd you sell? What sells for that much? Alrighty, boys. I'm thinking a different song, man. I'm thinking a different mix. I'm thinking a different setup. I like this one. Switch. We got us a Squippy gonna be first up over for the team too. They're sending out the big guns immediately, huh? We got us a Rivendare over for the team too. We got a Jerome waiting out for the count. We got us Vanguards all comfortable, ready to go with Chicago waiting for the turn. With Squippy getting him open on to GG, big old bites and open as a Kyrian. Trying to make that Kyrian kitty work. Stunned by the Hunter, trying to see if they might be able to reverse some damage back to Squippy. Barsking out for the Pharaoh really early. Manic advantage for GG Flex to recover as soon as possible. And this is going to drop down some ice onto Squippy. Just trying to see if he can get away from him. He's going to try to land himself a Scarab Beast, but it's going to be a quick power shift out of Squippy. Trying to limit the amount of control that he has to deal with. Landing them bleeds, building up some damage, building comp points, quick man onto GG. It's going to go for the big bleed with the Berserk. GG Flex is going to go feign death to remove the bleed immediately, but Squippy still has a lot of momentum from Berserk. Lots of comp point generation, but looks like a kill shot is going to get him very, very deadly low. Got him some bear for him with a bit of a frenzied region. Trying to go for a bit of recovery with Regrowth to follow. Cycle into the pet, limiting how much damage the pet does to him, and might be able to catch a reset with that Cyclone. Trying to avoid the flare as best as he can. Is going to get a Moonfire into the pet instead. Actually caught himself a reset. I think that was a proper Shadow meld. DJ waiting now by the not the Tombstone, but that's the Graveyard. Big Kyrian burst on Squippy, potentially a big bite. Is he gonna go for the big bleeds instead, maybe? Trying to go for a bit of a leap. It's actually gonna be Harpoon, kind of swapping the two. Frenzy Trap as the roar comes out. Both of them fighting each other CC'd. DJ Flex trying to go for a little bit of recovery with laying bandages, but I think maybe he has a Moonfire still on him. Scoopy tried to land himself a bit of a shot him up, but it looks like it's gonna go for a trinket, trying to go maybe come CC onto Flex, but a fade death comes out. Wall up for Scoopy, trying to see if he can take up this damage. Looks like he decided, you know what, maybe I need to back out. Not really given an opportunity, but DJ who's gonna go for that root immediately. So far, DJ has been able to read this Pharaoh like a book. Now the question is Scoopy more like a big old novel, or is it more like a comic book though? Is it like a thin read or a big old read? Because if it's a big read, it could be a lot for DJ Flex. Not saying he's got like a hunter brain or anything, but I think maybe that's what I'm alluding to. That's not where I was going with it. But I was like, wait, but I was trying to put lines together. Where am I going with this? Because DJ Flex is a beautiful, beautiful butterfly. But I feel like Hunter's always had that reputation for as long as WoW's been around. Scoopy trying to build some common points off of the pet. Thorns is up with a Barskin. He definitely needs himself to get a proper lineup. Jesus like charging out with full cooldowns quick. Roaring to DJ trying to see if he can stump him. Bash to follow, and I think it's going to be a big old CC reset for Scoopy. Instead, actually going to go for a bit of damage versus GG. GG's trying to see if he can get a bit of damage with those kill shots back to back. The barb shot to follow. That's going to be big kill shots, and it's going to be massive, massive emergency heal for Scoopy. Then his flank and strike comes out, but GG not giving Scoopy an opportunity to go into a maim. Does get himself a regrowth heal last second. Bear form, trying to see if he can survive it, but in the end, he tried the very best he could. Gonna be Chicago up next, sending out the big old Raptors. Looks like playing out the non-LA Raptors, playing up that Ascendance build. Those Raptors in the Earth Elemental could be big trouble for DJ, because that's always going to be a target that could potentially eat a freezing trap. Oh my god! I don't even know if he needs to eat a freezing trap. Instead, it's going to be DJ eating a full Ellie Blast. That did a lot of damage. It's going to be a Sunder with a stun totem and a static totem, potentially forcing out big defense on DJ. Big vent there, burst to follow. Chicago has a trick in case they want to use it. Looks like they're just going to hold on to it for a little while longer. Ooh, I like that animation. I think it's a frost shock, right? I like that swipe animation that Blizzard added a while ago. I hope they add more casting animations in the future. I still think majority of Warlock specs don't really have any new animations, don't they? The mages got some new ones. A lot of the shamans got new ones. I mostly like Ellie. But still, it's really, really cool. I like some of them. Chicago getting kind of low though. Dangerously low. Freezing trap. As DJ looks like he's going to get him low. Freeze. Making sure that Chicago's health at least doesn't go up. It's going to get some dots up. Chicago needs some Maelstrom. Has plenty of mana to work with, but Maelstrom is definitely needed in order to give himself a little bit actually healing. Blade shot to follow, and that's going to be a sentence for Chicago. Using a sentence only on the pet. Maybe was hoping to use a sentence on the pet and get some damage on the DJ. DJ pulling the pet back for just a second. Definitely needs another freezing trap on Chicago. Feign death for a second. Does land it. Trick it out of Chicago. Has the range on the DJ with a big Ellie Blast to follow. Wolves are joining in again. As long as Chicago's able to spend Maelstrom, that's going to be opportunity for Wolves to keep coming out. And Chicago with the static totem trying to keep DJ in place, but DJ Flex is going to be a bit more flexible than that. Turtle stun on Chicago, swinging around the corner, trying to see if he can reposition Feign Death for just a quick second, keeping the dots, keeping the pressure rolling onto the Chamois. But plenty of Maelstrom, plenty of mana means the Shaman is going to be plenty healthy. Ghost Raptors charging out, likely will end up eating a freezing trap if Chicago stands right on top of him. Massive Chain Harvest, Feign Death for DJ Flex. He needs to go for a freezing trap. The trap is going to trapping out a Raptor instead. Sunder, and that's all he can really do. Try to see and hope the freezing trap lands on the Shaman instead of one of the Raptors. But when you're surrounded with your homies as a chamois, there's always opportunity that one of them ends up eating it. Gonna be a heal attempt for Chicago as they're gonna eat a bunch of bleeds. Looks like it's gonna be Grundal just popping big bleeds in Chicago with a restun to follow. Does Chicago have anything to follow? It looks like it's gonna be back-to-back stuns. Grundal not giving him an opportunity. That tier set just bleeding you out, and Chicago did not have a wall. And maybe Chicago had a wall immediately for it, maybe that would have given him much of an advantage there to recover. But not this time around. Grundal did burn a lot of cooldowns just now. Birds in Chicago. Was that even the Swarm? I think it was just tier set in Power Frenzy. I think it was just bleeds. Revendare swinging by next to the eye. Should drop a flare. They're gonna pick up the eye. He's gonna drop a flare not on top of the eye, but it's gonna pick it up. It's gonna be able to find Grundal out in the open, stunning him really early on. Has a trick. It is gonna burn it a little bit later. It looks like it's going to be Chimeric Poison course through Grundal's veins. The Death Shock join in for even more physical damage. Big explosion. A portion of it is absorbed into the agents, but Grundal's going to find himself in a really tight situation. Going to be Revendare repositioning, I think, with the Void Elf Racial. Slowing down Grundal, trying to go for Scare Beast. Looks like it's going to happen. At least keeping him CC'd, waiting out until the wall is off, trying to keep the pressure rolling, trying to cleanse Grundal off of all the buffs, trying to go for yet another fear onto the feral druid, but he was able to disengage away from it fast enough. Still under a ton of pressure, unable to really recover. Ben's doing a decent amount of damage, kill shots to follow, gonna be slow, and the crows peck his eyes out, man. Those crows actually do quite a bit of damage, man. They've been actually quite a substantial DPS for Revendare overall. Skills is going to be up next. The Swarm is going to give him a bit of healing. I guess the Swarm is still in play. Technically, Revendare is going to go for a bit of an honor duel with Skills, giving him the proper honorable bow. Skills letting the Hunter get the proper opener. And Skills is going to get the opportunity to get himself a leap, charge, whatever he's got. Stun onto Revendare. It's going to be meter triggered by the Hunter. Stun back into Skills. Could trick it if he wants. So he's going to hold on to it for now. Blame the Arms Warrior. Big explosion. Not much you could really do. That is an Arms Warrior, though. So not much you can really do in that kind of situation. This is going to be Kevin Landers trying to see if he can hit. Wait, it looks... I don't think he even hit Revendare. I think it was hitting Kevin Slime. I think it was hitting his Slime just now. Because Slime does not get the camera. But hitting the Slime doesn't put the Hunter out in the combat. But the Slime is going to be next to the Hunter. So I guess it's kind of a giveaway, but it's not a direct one. Gonna be that eye for an eye for Kevin. Reduces some of the physical damage takes. Big wings are up and running. Revendare taking a bit of damage, but not as much a burst as it possibly could. Does not have a turtle shell to follow up here. Read the trap with a trick out of Kevin as Revendare does catch up on a lot of healing. Battlemaster Stricken was burned. It's going to be a Bestial Wrath. Still massive damage slamming out of Kevin Landers, but big damage. Oh, Revendare getting that kill shot in the head. Hang down for a second. No health whatsoever. There's no way to survive it, right? There's no way to survive it. There's no way Revendare survives this. There's just no way. One sneeze. Just looking in the direction Chaos does that I'm taking about. What was that burst? Beastmaster Hunter just came up with some burst. We got buffed by like what, 4% more damage? That's what, 4% stronger burst, 4% stronger pet burst. Gonna be Jerome up next versus Chaos, who does play Relentless, does not play a normal get out of CC trinket, so it might be limited what he could do. Maybe in arenas, Relentless is pretty good, but in a duel, especially against a rogue, you're just not in control of the CC. Try to see if you can maybe blade dance on top of the rogue, but dancing, Jerome is not all about that. Just gonna hit him with sap. Actually, he's probably even a better dance master than anybody. He got them shadow dances. He can dance when he wants to. He can dance all day. Eviscerate, into follow up Eviscerate. Doesn't really go for the back-to-back stuns, full kidney shots or anything, just a cheap shot. Metamorphosis around the corner. Chaos definitely needs the demon to spawn in right now if he wants to have a chance there. I think it just might be over. I don't know. Yeah, Blizzard gods just weren't gonna reward him. Revendare just popped out with some bursts at the end there. Popping off, not bad at all. Alrighty, boys. Not bad, not bad. Let's get ourselves yet another 5v5 1v1 duel up and running, boys, yeah? What's up, my guy, Atho? What'd you say? Did you be a fan? Nowhere even close? Shadowlands is the one of the most contest stuff to do? Really? Okay, well, I know Atho's been doing a lot of contest stuff. Besides just PvP and PvE. Alright, boys, let's get another up and running, yeah? Let's get another one up and running, boys, for 5v5 1v1. Yo, Bald, yo, Chicago, let me know if y'all ready, or if Beat got a group. How do we do it in Duels? Just pop in. Beat, if you find, check out LFG. Bellator should have a group. Looks like you got 2 people in there. Kevin Landers actually is leading, I think. So Kevin Landers and Joao. I'm really bad at names. I'm so sorry. I probably got said that wrong. But let's call him Joe. But Kevin Landers and Joe got a group. If you guys want to join in, you're more than welcome to 5 still. Yo, for old time's sake. What are you about to do, Chicago? What are you about to do, my man? Cross faction group in this fix? Yo, that'd be fun as hell, man. As soon as it's fixed, dude, I'm gonna have a lot of fun with it. You should join these. Yeah, I think that'd be awesome. I think it'd be awesome to play with you boys. And do the old Legion style 5v5 spectating. Maybe. I'm not against the idea. POV thing. Yeah, I wish I could really join these while being able to do like the floated camera POV, man. I wish I could do both, honestly. I think it'd be awesome. But yeah, Beat, if you find the group in LFG, man, you're more than welcome to join in. They need 2 more. They get you in here. Yo, Beat, part of that group, dude. He about to beat some boys down. I'm about to say something else, but that wasn't going to be appropriate for YouTube. I'll let you guys guess what everyone's going to say. 133. Dude, NA definitely needs a lot more of these duels. I think EU is like 135 or so. We need at least 2 more for NA to catch up to EU. Five ready? Yo, already. Is Bald lead or are you lead? I'm gonna guess Joe's lead, right? So serious though. It'll make POV. So serious though, I think it'll make it interesting people early. Okay. Sure, a lot of people will love to watch the OG Outlaw Dal, dude. Dude, it'd be just Outlaw Rogue Dal, man. At this point, like, Outlaw Rogues are kind of busted, and I don't even know if it'll be really honestly that fair, unless I play like some kind of like a gimped Outlaw build. Let's focus maybe on Burst and RNG or something. But I think it'd be really fun to join in, honestly. Our 5-man horde is ready? Yo, I gotcha. I'm gonna guess who lead? DJ Flex's lead. DJ, who do I have added on Real ID? Who do I have added on Real ID? DJ Flex. DJ. Okay. Got it. So Joe is DJ Flex. Okay. I thought DJ Flex had a different Red IO, not Red IO. Real ID, but I guess I had somebody else wrong. Spec, Tater, Match, Chicago, and IO. Okay. All right. I think we're good, boys. I think we're good. Get at least 1 more up and running for the night. Actually, I'm down to keep queuing as long as you guys are interested, man. I want to get as many games as I can. I actually been enjoying a lot of these, man. I've been enjoying a lot of these, and we got a bit of variety. We got an Outlaw in here. Ooh. And Jeremeg's team got Kevin. We got Miso Salt. Yo, I like the name. There's Zola's back in. Let's go, boys. We got Jakunta back in here. Oh, we got some names I've seen a while back. So choose how rogues play: stun, open, run away, and re-stealth. Rinse and repeat. So should I play against other melee? Yo, Brandon, sometimes if you gotta win, you gotta do whatever you can, man. Don't blame the player, blame the class, man. Don't blame the player, blame the game. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe they were designing rogues like we do less stuns and we could just live forever without need of stealth. I think we will still complain either way. But I feel like we just gotta leave that to the Fury Wars, you know what I mean? Lots of different play styles that suit just about everybody, honestly. Alright, switch. Got ourselves team 1 together with Jakinta as a elemental shaman. I like your shield. Is that the rare one or is that like the more common one? That one like spouts out flames, doesn't it? We got ourselves a laser stab. Lazy on a rogue? On the outlaw? What the? Did you abandon your feral druid? Now you're rogue main? Huh? Remender is a BM hunter. We got Vanguard's first up versus Kevin. Trying to see if he can tussle with the muscle. Big wings up and running for the paladin. Immediate fear by Vanguard. But looks like he's the one who's really fearing and fleeing against those holy wings. I mean, it is literally like holy might incarnate coming right out here. Vanguard's trying to see if he can mount up. He needs to go for as much killing as he can. Is he going to be able to live this out? It's just absolute might of a retribution paladin. Eye for an eye for Kevin. So he's trying to deny, and they kind of counter damage from Vanguard's all together. Vanguard doesn't end up getting a short charge towards Kevin, but it's going to get smacked down completely with them Templars burnings back to back. Lazy actually was able to swoop in fast enough, able to get an interrupt onto Kevin. Still, Blessing Protection is up and running for the Paladin, and Lazy is looking for a bit of a reset away from Paladin. Should be able to get it unless, yeah, with that grappler, definitely should be able to get it. There's no way he doesn't catch that reset. On Team 2, we got ourselves Jeremex. Absolutely just popping off on that rogue. Played Alliance early, now he's on a horde. DJ Flags on the hunter. We got Misa Salt on a... Whoa, I like that set. As a Fury, we've got Nerzul as well. Lazy going for a bit of a setup versus Kevin. Does land the kidney shot. Look at the pistol shots. How are you playing? a between the eyes pistol shot build, or you're playing that cheesy vanish build. Looks like you might just be playing like absolutely just dead build. This is going to be Cloak of Shadows. You can only dodge certain abilities from Kevin Landers. The physical damage still goes through. Does have a feint death up and running basically all of the time. That's going to be quick and shot versus Kevin. Flash Scout to follow, trying to go for a bit of a Curium burst, but looks like he's going to be able to disengage for just a second. Should be able to have feint death basically up all the time, especially with the cooldown reduction that Laser Stab gets. Does the game even give cooldown? Dude, the game doesn't even read cooldown reduction for Laser Stab. It literally just ignores cooldown reduction for feint. It shows up that feint does. Oh wait, no, it does show cooldown reduction. It's so crazy. He was like, I have 9 seconds of my feint. Slice and dice. I have feint back up. So he does track it. I was gonna say maybe he doesn't track it. I wonder why he doesn't track evasion then. Trinket for Kevin as he got himself big stun lock on Shalazy. Oh, how do you live? Oh, what? Oh no, Kevin! Yo, Kevin is a god. I mean, Kevin Landers is pretty godly, but I meant like Kevin Slime is what finished off that rogue. That was a kidney shot into a blind. There was no outs, and Kevin Slime just did a slash spit. Jesus, Jakinta is just getting absolutely blasted out. Is Kevin taking all that momentum over Retribution Paladin and Jakinta not getting an opportunity to knock back a last second as the bubble falls out. Jakinta is still under a ton of pressure. Got himself a little bit of damage. Big ascent as Prague does come out. Kevin could be in big trouble. Got himself a shield of it in the last second. Definitely needs to go for as much time as possible. Urshak trying to see if he can crack right through that holy shield. Fire Elemental just trying to keep him warm over there. At least if anything, Kevin is going to feel a little bit toasty in case somebody's feeling kind of cold. Chilly. Kevin got himself. Actually, I was going to say Fire Elemental, but now it's just an Earth Elemental. Now it's just a cold, hard stone. But it's going to give Jakinta a little bit more of that earthen fortification. Got himself that big defensive to deal with Kevin. Going to be like the last to try to see if he can lock down the Paladin. Hoping for that Ascendance proc again. The Fleshcraft maybe used a little bit earlier. Maybe try to get interrupted on Shadow just so he can go for Lava Burst. Does have Kevin next to him. It's going to be a capacity on him for a second. It's going to send out the pad at Kevin. Could potentially go for a stun of his own. The Earth Elemental. Potentially could give Jakinta an opportunity to get himself a bit of a go. Big Earth Shock, but Kevin does survive it. Fleshcraft to follow, does get interrupted. Is going to be able to Fleshcraft off of it. And Jakinta with Earth Elemental down for the count. Actually, no, it's still there. It just looked like it disappeared. I guess it just walked outside of the coda of Kevin. Just looked like it was gone for a second. But he doesn't have the wall from it anyway. Maybe he can get one more stun with it. Maybe. Kevin, try to see if you can prevent any kind of stuns with a spell, Blessing of Sanctuary, or at least trying to reduce any value of those stuns. Big Lava Burst flying out for Jakinta, putting some pressure onto Kevin. Kevin with that eye for an eye, but they can't really do much against this Lava Burst. That's not really physical damage. I just burned him. Jakinta just waiting out for the guy to come out, just literally dancing. Does he have a Lava Burst to follow? This is one more Lava Burst, and he'll be a good spot. Gonna be like the last one, does get the proc. Gonna be a trick out of Kevin Landers, get a knock back for a moment. Jakinta trying to see if he can catch up a little bit of health. Does get himself a slime shield as the dude dip kind of low. Wall up. There's going to be a Hodge. Does get grounded though. So Kevin missing out his stun. Still has big wings, so it could still be very deadly. Potential lots of damage. Fire Elemental join in. Jakinta should be able to get a lot of procs for Lava Burst. Got him some mobility while casting Lava Burst. Hoping for them procs. Do they get that Ascendance procs at all? Big damage out of Kevin though. Just absolutely swiping out the chamois. Taking them out of the game. Next up, it looks like maybe it's Chicago. Maybe it's Revendare. Maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe it's Revendare. Kevin Landers trying to see if he can get himself a bit of a reset behind the pillar. Does see the crow at the last second. Stun to follow. Revendare got big damage. Kevin better have a defensive point. Has a shield defenders. Eye for an eye. Everything except for immunities. Definitely, I think he's waiting out until he can get himself a blessing of protection. Because if anything, it might be a good defensive versus Revendare. I'm saying might because Revendare can trank shot him. And if the trank shot removes the blessing of protection, it's gone. But if it removes another buff entirely, it's not the worst situation to be in. Getting interrupted on Holy. Does Kevin have Fleshcraft back up? Looks like Revendare is going to trick out a Hodge immediately, throwing down a freezing trap before Revendare can hide behind the boxes, and Revendare trying to find himself a better angle. Eye for an eye, reducing some of the damage taken. As Kevin is still trying to give himself a bit of recovery. That's going to be Seraphim, giving him a little bit of versatility for survivability. Does have Blessing Protection, doesn't get removed though. Trank Shot removes it, so Revendare now has opportunity to take down Kevin Landers, but the Paladin's trying to cook up some burst himself. It looks like he's going to get some Seraphim procs back-to-back with a tier set. But trying to keep himself alive, that's also going to be a Blessing of Sanctuary, so no stuns that you got to really worry about. This is going to be the full-on Flesh Scout. Next auto attack is gonna proc Big Crusade, by the way. Next auto attack could be huge. If he has a Hodge to follow with it, could be a really, really deadly situation for Revendare. I don't know if they're aware or not. It's gonna be Kevin just trying to recover in health. Has actual wings in case he wants to. He's gonna get wings. Next auto attack is gonna also get a huge Crusade. Looking for big procs. Does he have the damage he needs? It's gonna be Revendare trying to see if he can survive and finish job into Kevin. Revendare barely surviving and Kevin trick inside of it. Revendare goes for a heal. Looks like there's a little bit of lag going on. It's gonna go for that Void Elf Rachel in order to reposition. It's gonna be able to disappear out of there completely. Just straight up like X-Men Nightcrawler just disappears out of there just in a puff of smoke. Very roguelike. I love it. Fleshcraft, I think, might have avoided a Hodge. I think he might have immune to Hodge with a Fleshcraft, but the Fleshcraft don't do anything for you. Oh my god, the Paladin Wings damage is so massive. With Chicago trying to go for a bit of an auto duel with Kevin, but Kevin is just so ready to go. He's gun-ho. Eye for an eye up immediately. Chicago eating the Hodge is going to have to get the Ghost Raptors up and running. Got the Alien Ghost Raptors this time instead of the Ascendance build. Eye for an eye for Kevin for a little bit. Has the bubble back up. So Chicago, ooh, taking a bit of damage from those last verdicts. Together with those Divine Storms from the Necrolord Gavel playstyle, or Vanquish's Hammer. Bubble up for Kevin, trying not to fall behind. Gonna be Hodge in Chicago, but doesn't really have a burst to follow. Kevin is gonna have to wait, I think, until the next Crusade proc that he can get. Maybe use together with Shield of Venus to survive it, but definitely needs to let the damage kind of ramp up on him, but also trying to find a way to not fall behind. There's gonna be a Wings proc. I think it was a proc, if not real Wings just now. Should be able to use it to recover a little bit of health. Looks like it was just a proc. Shield of Vengeance up on Kevin. It looks like that shield was enough to hold on while he recovers all the health. Maybe he could get a Flesh Guy back up and running soon here. Maybe. Got himself immunity to CC, but it looks like with Chicago, you can't really like stun Kevin that easily. Sunder, maybe could go for a capacitor totem right after. Looks like not gonna go for it. Not gonna go for the interrupt. I think Kevin is trying to see if he can get interrupted on the Holy. Sunder Chicago doesn't really have damage to follow up unless he gets big crit procs with that Vanquish's Hammer. Big Venture burst out of Chicago, looking for the recovery and damage burst, but looks like wasn't able to get enough of burst into Kevin to pressure him. Also wasn't able to get enough burst healing onto himself ever since they nerfed it by the healing and the damage of their ability by 50%. Kevin got real wings ready to go, but also get a proc of wings. Looks like he's going to send the proc of wings into Ghost Raptors and use that for recovery. Chicago maybe could swing around the corner trying to interrupt it. He's going to send out a lightning bolt, but not really trying to fight Kevin just now. Kevin trying to do everything he's got in order to survive this burst. Does he have a flesh cut? I think now if he has a flesh cut, then he definitely wants to get a shot on Holy. Check it out, Chicago takes a lot of damage. Gonna be capacitor totem, but I think it was Z-axis style. That was super unfortunate. Wall for Chicago trying to see if they can take up this damage. Kevin backing up out as he sees his wings falling off and just a little bit. Big heal as the alien blast goes through. Kevin, next auto attack is gonna give you wings. That's gonna potentially be a lot of survivability or damage depending how you play it. Looks like he might be playing it more defensively, trying to get him probably a heal, but Chicago zaps him before he can get himself a Word of Glory. Jeremex is going to be up next unless Jero makes a mistake here. I don't think there's a way that he could lose against Chicago. Chicago just used a lot of defense. Look at that cheese, dude. Just saps him, throws down the grenade trick and hits him with a stun into the stun. Man, Rogue's a cheese. Chicago loses by last second. Rogue's a cheese, man. Oh my god. Yo, Kevin did really good, by the way. My goodness, 1.6 mil damage, 1.3 mil healing. Yeah, Kevin damage deserved it. Dude, I am still so surprised Kevin and second Kevin, the slime, were able to take down the rogue. I am so surprised he slammed the rogue as hard as he did. Kidney shot. Kevin can do anything, got no chicken, nothing. Then a blind out of the rogue. I guess Kevin, I don't know if he had immunity at that point. Maybe not. And then the Kevin slime just did a little spit, took the rogue out. That was incredible. The rogue literally was with 1 health. I've never... It's kind of like those situations as a warrior, and those gotta... Like, those feel so good as a warrior. Or as a rogue back in the day when you had throw with a knife. As a warrior... Let's say like you get somebody really low, you throw heroic throw at him as you're rounding the bend, and that heroic throw gets a killing blow. Ah, that's so satisfying. There's not a lot of situations that is good as that in WoW PvP, and that one is just fantastic. That's what that felt like. Kevin Sun just had just enough damage to just get like one little spit, and the rogue goes down. Let's get another up and running, boys. Yeah, let's get one more up and running, boys. Yo, Child from Chatrath, I'm third. Shield is from Chatrath. I'm third. What's up, Cloaksy? Who is from Chatrath? Chicago's ready to go for 5. Let's go, boys. Yo, good to go? Let's go. Let's get another up and running, man. Can we do the new arena? No. It looks like it's still for testing. Rook. Let's do Black Rook Hold. I like that one. The gear alike. Third was wrong chat. The gear alike. What are you saying, Cloaky? I have no idea. It's from Shatrath. Oh, the item. Oh, the set, the shield. Oh, okay, that's from Shatrath. Okay, like a vendor. Wait, like for gold or like I haven't been to Shatrath in a while. It's just like walk up, you give him gold to give you a shield, and that's it. Like that easy, or is it like a currency like for like Portalas or something, or is it like a rep, like a quartermaster, exalted kind of thing, or it's been a while. What's this one? Saved as. It is an ASUS. Yo, after this duel, it might actually be cut up to EU, man. Might be even. But it's currently the best part for best on paper for 1v1s. I think anything that has survivability and healing. I think a hybrid class with a lot of mobility, like a Woodwalker Monk, is really good for 1v1. Rogue is fantastic. Pharaoh is fantastic. Anything that has a lot of survivability. Certain classes can, like, so every class is a bad matchup and every class is a good matchup. It really depends on the situation. But basically, how many classes don't have a lot of bad matchups? I think monks don't have a lot of bad matchups, do they? At least I don't think they do. Switch. Gonna be Chicago first up versus Ner'zhul. Already both of these two are going hard at one another, with Ner'zhul forcing out a wall out of Chicago. Gonna be a trinket out of the Thunder, but the capacity on him is gonna get him down. Gonna be a massive chain harvest. Chicago looking for the recovery, but looks like it wasn't enough just yet. Ner'zhul just continuing to pile drive the pressure back into Chicago. Got himself the Aegis trinket rolling in. That's gonna be big damage on Ner'zhul as he's setting up. Looks like actually finally Chicago is able to crack through his defenses. Ner'zhul not using that wall just yet. I think he's just holding on to it. Got himself plenty of maelstrom. Lots of Ghost Raptors all over the field. Ner'zhul does pop wall as he's starting to dip kind of low, utilizing a lot of the healing to catch back up. Massive early blast into Chicago. Trying to get the pressure. Chicago sprinting out of there immediately, trying to see if they can tuck tail and run, cut their losses, break away from Ner'zhul for just a moment. He's going to get another set of Raptors themselves. Plenty of Maelstrom, plenty of mana, and lots of cooldown reduction on them Raptors actually. So it's going to be static totem, stopping Chicago in place with a capacitor to stun him in place. Stun on Ner'zhul with a stun to reverse it. Maybe Chicago gets something going in. Big Early Blaster. Ner'zhul get his own Ghost Raptors. As long as he has mana, he should be able to heal. Thunder onto Chicago for just a second. Massive chain harvest. Chicago super low. Going to be a static totem of the road. Trying to stay away from Ner'zhul, but the Alien Blast does end up capitalizing on it. Oh my goodness. This ASUS Shaman's got some burst for one another. Lordy, with Revenant going to be up next over for the team. One, trying to see if they maybe combine Ner'zhul in place. If he has sprint as an enhanced shaman, he does. He can break himself out of that immediately. Alright, for the team one, we got us some Lazy Stab, we got us a Jacinta, Byrones, and it's going to be Revenant trying to see if they can maybe get us a big damage onto Ner'zhul. Oh my goodness. I think it was a Stun Crows with a Death Shocker just absolutely ripping right through him. That was the worst time to introduce team one, wasn't it? Shiryu is going to be up next over for the team two. Hey, how you doing? Hey, dude, Shiryu, I remember him joining really early in duels. And look at this guy, man. He got them 2400 tabard. He got the dude. I like his Mog. I think that's what he kept this whole time. I feel like the Mog never really changed much. Maybe the hair option. Actually, even the hair I don't think changed much. But I like that Mog, dude. Looking good. Growing up in the world. We got Kevin over in team 2. We got Jared in the back looking for the big sub-rogue action. We got DJ Flex ready to go. Looks like Shiryu is just... How much to wait until Rivendare finally wants to show their face outside of the camera? Freeze the trap immediately as Shiryu trying to go for a big old punch. Trying to see if it might be able to knock out Rivendare. Missing it. That's going to be actually Rivendare going for that Void Operational. Does reposition after disengaging super far away. I think it was expected for Shiryu to maybe chase after him. Massive damage to Shiryu. Wait a second. That Carbon last second. And it looks like it's going to be Rivendare with the Charles Shell avoiding the Lexi completely. Shiryu trying to go for the big Kyrian burst. Rivendare could be big with trouble as soon as the Charles Shell comes down. Shiryu better be very careful if he can maybe land himself a proper burst on Rivendare. Fist of Fear flying in. That's a ton of damage. Lots of mastery with that Kyrian burst. It's going to be a Rivendare trying to go for... Is that a Bloodlust? Wait. Is Rivendare play like a, is that a PvP challenge with a Bloodlust? Or what was that just now? How'd you get lusted? I don't think Jacinta lusted you. I don't even know what that was. Was that just a Bisho Wrath? Or is that like another PvP challenge? Looks like Shiryu is gonna back up out of the complete lead. Rivendare was super low. I'm surprised Shiryu decided to disconnect completely. It's gonna be a camo for No camo. Feign death for Revendare. Next in cap with Alexi could be really deadly. It's gonna try to see if he can stop Shurius. He's trying to sanding his way over there. What was that just now? Revendare had like what looked like a bloodless buff for a short moment. Is that a PvP talent that I just haven't seen people use before, chat? Big Death Chakram, Stone of Shiryu. I think it might be overkill. Shot. Oh, not even watching him, not even looking him in the eyes. That's the Death Chakram just ripping him saw style behind the pillar. Stabbed by Jaro. I just not gonna let Revendare get himself any more advantages here. Sap into the pet. Getting a shot as a freezing shot stops him. Looks like it's gonna be a trinket out of Revendare with a flesh count, and Jaro goes for a trinket just to get that interrupt in there. Does Revendare survive the big burst out of the rogue? I think it's over. Oh my goodness. Trying to see maybe we could slow him down for just a moment. Probably ROS? What is ROS? Or I think it would know better than I would. It looked like it was a bloodless effect. Is there a PvP talent that got recently added or in the last few patches that gives hunters a bloodlust effect? Isn't there? I don't know actually. Could it be a? I guess I need to look it up later, chat. Unless somebody else knows. Hunter bloodlust Del. Wait. So normally hunters can't bloodlust in arenas. Lord sacrifice. I'm Revendare. Wait. So how do you get a bloodlust Revendare? What talent? What's the name of the talent? I gotta look it up. Jaramex trying to see if I'm able to live the burst. That's going to be big ascendance blast or big ascendance out of Jacinta. Does get the lava burst to follow. That's actually going to be a proc of ascendance, not even real ascendance, just the legendary. As long as they get in big lava burst. Wait, Jaramex could be in big trouble. This is getting procced on. Wait, Jaramex is super low. Going to be shot a step with a wall out for Jacinta. Jara is still under a ton of pressure. Get himself a sippy cup rolling. I think maybe it's a Kyrian heal together with his own proper sippy cup. What is going on? Oh my goodness. Jacinta almost just popped out from this guy. Wall or stunned by the earth elemental. Jacinta still trying to see if they can maybe get himself a big old lava burst. Earth shock's coming through. I think it was a double earth shock just now. And Jeremy's still in a bit of trouble. Next stun, Jacinta could be pretty deadly. Jacinta better have a pre-wall for this if at all possible, or some kind of a stun. Get a shot onto Jacinta. Do they have the fire? No, they don't have a. I was gonna say fire. I mean Ghost Wolf defensive, but they are playing Earth Shield, so they lose out on that opportunity. Jaro with a like Lassa does not have a trinket for this one. No quicker shadows, has advantage in case he needs to. And next Primordial, if he gets a big lava burst setup and Jaro's out in the open, this could be really deadly. Jacinta get himself fire elemental, so that's guaranteed that he's going to be able to get a lava burst. Does he get a proc going? It's going to be short, get a shot. Flesh cat is going to get interrupted. Does Jacinta get himself a big lava burst? Potentially, it's going to be big damage out of Jaro. Wall out for Jacinta. Needs one more lava burst. One more lava burst trying to make a play. Doesn't get it. Going to be advantaged by the rogue. It's going to look for the reset. It does have a flame check still rolling on him. Going to be a massive mad heal for Jacinta. If the fire elemental can get the rogue out in the open, there could be opportunity for Jacinta to continue rolling here. Jaremix likely has a flame shock that's going to fall off here as he catches a reset. It looks like he's going to back up behind the pillar. Still has a flame shock rolling in. Sap, potentially. Flame shock still maybe on him. She can pick it up the eye. Trinket available very soon. Does he have a knockback for the rogue at all? That's going to be a trinket at the last second with the lasso. Has a quick shot and a trinket in case he needs to. Jacinta needs a proc of lava burst right now and get a good lucky roll on it. Going to be big shock. Elite blast. Knockback for a second. Does knockback with thunderstorm, does that echo with echoing? Maybe. Flame shock onto Jera. Does Jacinta have a big proc? They need a big proc as soon as possible. As soon as he get lava burst, needs to send it to Jera. Does dive into stealth for just a second. As soon as he disengages, dropping combat, trying to go for first aid, but the flame shock is preventing him from landing any good healing. Sap to Jacinta is out in the open. Does he have the comp points? Looks like he's going to be able to get himself a mark for death. Kiddish shot. Jacinta does not have a knockback. If Jaro gets us on the big burst, I don't think Jacinta will have much of a response. Looks like a cheap shot, but Jaro looked like he wants to break away. Not really looking to stay next to the Shaman. Like Lasso is going to get Jaro behind a little bit. Slow on to Jaro. Does have himself a shadow step. Jacinta still super low. Trying to see if he can drop down stun on onto Jaro. It was a valiant attempt. With Lazy Stab trying to deny any kind of setup for Jaro, any kind of reset. Lazy getting hit with the immediate disarm. Has an evasion rolling. Jaro has a mark for the kidney shot ready for it. In order to get behind Lazy and not to give him any opportunity to recover. Cheap shot right after. Does he have the big eviscerates? Looks like Jaro got evasion of his own. Lazy's going to have to wait it out for a little bit, unless he wants to go for pistol shots. Because I think between the eyes, he might actually be able to go right through the... I think between the eyes might actually be able to go through evasion. I think I've had more than one attempt where between the eyes just goes through. Pistol shot can be dodged. Between the eyes might not be dodgeable. Get a shot on Jaro as he goes for Cure and Burst. Does Lazy have the burst of their own? Try to see if they get a setup versus Jaremex. Looks like Jaro might have the burst of his own. Cheap shot on the Lazy, but that Relentless is not going to let him stay in the stun for much longer. Jaro and Lazy are just both attacking each other, just slicing at one another. Blind by Lazy. Jera has a trinket and a blind of his own, and Lazy will not have a trinket for that one. So Jera, I think, wins this by blind alone. Lazy maybe has a human Rachel still. Cheap shot on Jera. Does he have a kidney shot to follow? Kidney shot does have a trinket immediately for Jera with a kidney shot to Lazy. Looks like he didn't have a human Rachel and does end up bursting him down with Byron's trying to get some dots on the Jera, trying not to let this rogue continue dominating here. Trying to do the very, very best he can to prevent any kind of the setups. Jera does hit a dot, and there's going to be lots of stars falling on him. Not doing the most damage, but they are doing work. Get a shot onto Byron's, got himself the full Kyrian burst just to get the crits. That's got to be Byron's or the Barskin. Is that enough though? Cheap shot. Looks like the Barskin is enough to keep him alive and healthy, and Jera just not getting the crits that he wants to get. Bash onto Jera has a pretty cloak of shadows for this one. Looks like he's going to be a-okay. Does he want to hit with the thorns? I guess he might as well. Going to be the swarm, and Jera does dive in himself for a second. That's going to be a roar to get him out in the open. Jera is out and about. Byron's trying to see if he might be able to get the pressure on the rogue. Going to be a quick shadow step. Byron's can't really do much about that one unless he got sprint in order to catch up back to the rogue. But I kind of want to stay in a bear form. Doesn't really want to give the rogue a kidney shot. Next kidney shot with Mark for that, basically ready to go. Byron knows as soon as he switches out, it could be pretty deadly for him. It's going to be kidney shot of the rogue either way. With the shadow blades, isn't going to be enough though. It's open for the big procs. Byron might have to get himself a bit of a reheal here. The slime from the Necrolord does give him a little bit of survivability. Jera with an evasion. And Barnes is going to get himself a regrowth or two. Hopefully he gets some dots on Jera. Something to keep him out of stealth. Something to keep him out in the open. Maybe he could pick up the eyes if he wants to. In bear form, Thrash does get him out. Looks like so far Byron's is playing very, very defensively. He has not really given a lot of opportunities to go into Boomy form and get any kind of setup. Looks like Jera is going to commit some damage into the Thorned Out Bear. Not a great position to be in as he just continues to get into damage on Thorns on himself back to back. Blinded to Byron's, hoping to maybe get a trink out of him. To maybe, if he can catch him out of bear form in the kidney shot, then he'll be in a fantastic, fantastic spot. But if anything, at least he got a reset into Byron's. Maybe he can catch up a little bit of self field just to make sure he can stabilize. Byron's just unable to really do much in the situation. We'll need to get himself a proper setup, which is Jera, maybe a stun, knockback, and root, anything, just to get him out and about. Jera does trick it out of that roar. Potentially for Barnes, this could be an aggressive play. Could go for a bash potential with Celestial Alignment, maybe with all the dots, and bank up a bunch of Star Surge power to get a bunch of Star Surges. Bash on Jera, Byron's going for a Cyclone. Trying to get himself a bit of a heal. Is there an opportunity for Barnes to go aggressive here at all? Has Thorns available? The other wants to tussle with Jera. Does Thorns and the Necrolord Swarm, does that work together? Thorns don't count like a dot, do they? Well, actually, do they? I guess I don't know. Because I know the Fury of a Loon counts as a dot. Even though I don't think of it as like a conventional dot. Getting a shot into Byron's. And Jera trying to get some damage in. Byron's with a Barskin still living. Bear form was pretty well done there too. Pretty bear form. The burst out of Jera was pretty well done. Definitely need to do that whenever the world gets some bursts. Byron's though still stuck in a bear form. Literally can't play the game because he's stuck in bear form. Kicked by the rogue. Could potentially go for flesh cap. That gives him an opportunity to maybe get some kind of a go. Definitely needs to start getting some dots on Jera. Every time Barnes is playing in defense, at least the rogue is just not having to worry about any kind of damage setup. Trying to get himself a big investors back to back. Byron's at some point had to pop in a booming form, but I think it's going to be over. Not much you can really do against the rogue. You either stay in booming form to try to get some kind of damage, or you stay in bear form and eventually you just lose. There's not much of a choice there. That's so rough to deal with, man. 285 sub rogue versus 260 rogue, kind of meh. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a bit of a difference, Billy. Definitely going to create a bit of a difference. Honestly, gear is going to matter a lot, especially for rogues that burst and survivability. Definitely. What kind of Lego are you playing on that Outlaw? Are you playing the Vanish Lego? Or are you playing the Between the Eyes Lego? Like, are you going more damage or like utilitarian? Utilitarian rogue. CDR rogue. Is that rogue? I mean, he does pretty well. You can hate rogues, but I think he did pretty well. Yo, you should have seen Daniel. Should have seen Jera on an Alliance rogue. Dude, the crits he was popping up one game. Oh my god, it was so good. Those crits were juicy. Jesus, he got a 40k crit with Eviscerate. I saw a dude health was 80. Bam, like 10 in a single globe. I was like, huh? I know rogues like, you all know rogues do a lot of damage, but usually they don't have like that big of a burst build, right? Back big of a burst go. And Jera was just getting popping with those Abyss, man. Look like executes. I want to say Red Kevin is just that rogue. Yeah, I feel like that'd be pretty interesting of a setup. I think it'd be kind of cool. So Kinder Beast, I mean, is it Kinder Beast? Yo, can anybody whisper me like what Kinder Beast is? Or maybe if I can find Kindred Beast and a Hunter. Is that often played? I want to see what Kindred Beast is again. I don't know why it looks so weird. That mug and a gnome. Oh, dwarf, I mean. That's a hunter, but I missed it. Any of you guys are hunters? Shaman, warlock. You're a shaman. Druid. What are you? Chamois. Not a hunter. I need a hunter. Are you a hunter? No, like a Death Knight or warrior. Based on set. Making a group right now. Beats on good, my man. It's not good, my dude. I'm down to keep queuing if you guys are here to play. Are you a hunter? No, just a rogue. Yeah, I'm trying to find Kindred Beasts. What does that do? Because I'm not really sure. Primal Rage. Increases haste by 30% for all party members. So I know what a Bloodlust is. Yeah, it just there is a different PvP talent, I guess. Kindred Beast makes a 3-minute cooldown. Makes hero a 3-minute cooldown. It gives you a 12% haste for 20 seconds. Also doesn't apply heroism debuff. Applies event BM mostly for Master Flame Shot Killsbox. Really? Yo, wait, that actually sounds really cool. Make ability cooldown reduced by 50% and gains additional effects. Yo, that's actually really cool. Wait, with a Venti, you probably get like back-to-back rapid fire, like kill shot, frags. Wait, that could be really, really deadly. I just sent it to you. Thanks so much, Cora. Yeah, I see you sent me Primal Rage and Killer Beast. I didn't realize. So it makes it half as effective. So they're giving you 30% haste, it gives you 12, and it gives you it's 3-minute cooldown. Is it worth though, Revender? Is it worth 3-minute CD? Do you think it's worth, or do you think it's like it's just a cheesy build? It's not like an actual build. It only works with Ferocity Pet, and most Vented BM use Cunning Pets. Huh. I guess you would. So is it like a cheesy like strategy to just like you want to burst somebody down as soon as possible, just get a proc and hope for the best? Or is it like an actual viable strategy people playing recently? Always use it because I mean, Ferocity Pets give BM good healing. Okay, so it's like a personal choice. I could see it. That actually sounds like it'll be a lot of fun. SP, I did, my man. Yo, we got a queue. We gotta get the 3K. I shall not. I probably tomorrow. I should have a day off, and I should be able to actually get some games in. We actually want to like try to find some like 21s, 22s to get into, or do our own. Maybe I could get some guildies that are interested in doing some as well. That could be maybe really fun. Yeah. I can see if any of the guilds are interested. Cool. We'll try to see if we can plan for something like that tomorrow. Because I think tomorrow... Are you a 3K score yet? I don't know if I can see scores or not. Yeah, it doesn't really show like Mythic Plus score. We could probably get it in a single sitting if we get the, like what, 5 22s? If we can just a couple of 22s in there. I'll see if any of the guilds are interested. I got a couple there maybe could ask. Yeah, you actually would be really, really close. If we could get a couple of like 22s or maybe a time of 23... on some of the lower keys that you don't have or I don't have, could get it pretty close. If not this week, then definitely by next week, because next week is also going to be a really free week. And at that point, like pushing up to like 18s, 19s for a lot of the keys you haven't done yet, that'll be enough to like inch towards that 3K. So if not by this week, definitely next week would be like really, really easy. But as long as we're able to, if we can find some 22s and 23s to do, that'd be optimal. Yeah, I'll see if I can ask them some of the guildies if anyone are interested. Because I know I have some guilds that already have 3K score. But I'm sure like maybe I can get 1 or 2 to help out. Because if we can get like somebody to tank and somebody to maybe like DPS, like a decent DPS, we can like always fill somebody. Also my gear is a Necro for all mastery, so I have like 65% mastery. This Vented BM has 50 mastery, which is really why I pet hits so hard. Plus Necro is that extra. Yeah, dude, that's actually nuts. So you all mastery Versa? Is that what you normally stack as a hunter? Or you're like giving up a little bit of versatility to gain a little bit more mastery than usual? Because isn't it normally like haste versa for most classes? I guess like maybe Beastmaster would be haste versa as well. As a PvE god, is PvP gear okay for pushing high keys? PvP gear can be okay depending on the class, right? If you got like full duelist gear and you use versatility can be really good for survivability and like really high-end keys. It can be, it really all depends, Cloaky. Depends how good your class uses versatility, right? Like some classes like Survival Hunter would actually stack a lot of Versa just so it could get super tanky. Rogues would also stack versatility because it's actually a pretty decent stat as a subtlety and outlaw, but I guess subtlety mostly. Versatility, I don't think Warlocks need it as much because they have baseline good tankiness, and Master also gives them a little bit of... I guess it could go mostly haste though. But all Versa, I think can help in really high keys. But like 20s and 22s, it does give you a lot of survivability. So it really depends on how much damage you can put up with that versatility. It all depends on the class too. There's a lot of context to it. I can maybe ask some guildies because they might be a bit more in the know on like the high-end keys. What's good, what isn't? No, use haste versus event theory for killshot procs. Okay. But as a Necrolord, you would play the Master instead, yeah? For that more physical damage from the pet, because your pets really do seem like they do a lot of work. It seems like there's a lot more consistent damage in there with like a minute burst or 45-second burst. Like when you get the crows and you get the death shackle spinning, just popping off. It actually looks really cool. It seems like you have a pretty good consistent pressure every single time. I kind of want to try it myself too. I also do want to try a BM, like a really cheesy killshot build. I think it'd be super fun as well. Just go into BG, pop off, and just go for back-to-back kill shots. I feel like it'd just be fun, just do something like fun, simple, and maybe even like disgustingly good. Crows benefit from masters harder than usual. Really? That's awesome. Does crows count as like a pet? Or crows 75k base, 30k burst up. That's pretty good actually. That's pretty decent. Find somebody that'll give the rogue a challenge. Do we have groups? Looks like we have Beat and Kevin in the group. They need 2 more for Team Horde. If you guys want to join in, you're more than welcome to. 2 more on Team Horde. Does Chicago 5-man or is Team Alliance fall apart? Because that might have been the last one if Alliance isn't here. If Alliance boys 5 still? Okay, so we actually just need 2 more Horde. And we can have yet another 5v5 1v1 duel if you guys wanna. Let's do this. Let's give you guys like a 5-minute. We'll give it like 5 minutes. If in 5 minutes we don't get another group for a Horde, we can just call it here. But I've been enjoying these a lot, man. 2 more? Yeah, we just need 2 more. If we can get 2 more in 5 minutes, we'll just probably call it a day. Because I had a lot of fun in these duels. Actually, I enjoyed them a lot. I was really hoping to see Seamark really pop off, but we got really, really bad matchups. And then I think he went to play arenas or something. I don't blame the guy at all, man. If it's just like a whole Beast Mastery, yeah. Some classes are just going to be like a really, really bad matchup for you. Not much you can really do about it. It's a bit of a rock paper scissors kind of deal. In 1v1s in particular, it gets even more like, I feel like even more noticeable. Like in 2s, in 3s, you can cover for each other's weaknesses. Of course, there's some matchups that are bad, but you can cover for your weaknesses because you got 2 teammates that can maybe help out. But in 2s, it's like kind of sort of you can, but there's some bad matchups. In a 1v1, it's like purely you versus the other guy, and the difference can be pretty major. Depending on arena, depending on the lineup, depending on the matchup, depending on what towns people are running, depending on their build and whatever. And I think just the consistent damage of Beast Mastery versus Burst, Seavark, and Craven strategy for BM, it's just like as bad of a matchup as it could be for Arcane, which doesn't really have a lot of sustainability or survivability. It has like sustainability for like burst phases, like as long as you can alter time big burst and not prismatic, it's temporal big burst, then you go good. And maybe like shield the rest of it, but it's really just the rewards you for dealing with bursts rather than good sustain. And good sustain, like outside of those big CDs, you're still ticking, you're still getting struck little by little. But yeah, Cal, we'll see if we can get ourselves a group together for the Horde. If we get ourselves a 5-man, I think we'll film versus Chicago. Dude, I didn't get in much food. I still have a bit of coffee here. But I'm hungry, man. I can't wait to hop on the couch. Just pop something on YouTube, get some food and chill for a bit, and get back to the grind, boys. And hopefully, if I get my work done early enough, I can probably get some sleep. I didn't really get to sleep much last night. I was working on the talents. What do you guys think about the talents, by the way? That's actually a question I should have asked you earlier. What do you boys think about the talents for Dragonflight, for Druids and Death Knights? What are you guys' thoughts? Any thoughts at all? Because I looked at them very, very closely. There's some cool stuff that you can make. And I was, from talking to some of you guys in Discord, I was a little bit surprised at first by how much baseline abilities to put in the class talent tree. But to me, it made sense if they really want to get people abilities to play hybrid builds, like for a Restoration Druid to pick up a lot of the cat abilities and make like a proper, like a cat-like build. Like the amount of like traits you can get out of it is kind of nuts when you think about it. Similar Shadowlands 2.0, but in a tree instead. Like, I guess there is like some of the Shadowlands E abilities in there, like, you know, the grippy hand, make a legs and talents. Well, for druids, there are some talents from like Mr. Pandare that have made a return. Heart of the Wild has been redesigned so it's not a cooldown, it's instead like a passive. If you pick it up and you go deep into that hybrid tree, then you can be more effective outside of your role. So for PvP, that could be, I think, substantially fantastic if you're looking for like side healing. Yeah, Fury is nice. Yeah, Fury is also really, really cool. I think it's going to offer a lot of like hybrid opportunity, but also it's going to offer a lot of opportunity to stay into a role. Like a Feral Druid will be able to power shift out and in and get a lot of energy during the burst situation. That could be really, really strong. Hard has always been in the game, though it's a cell. So I think the version of Hard they added is a different version that's more of a passive that just automatically increases the effectiveness of your, unless the cooldown version. But I'm pretty sure it's a, I guess I gotta look it up again, unless I got it wrong. We need one more in the Horde, by the way, boys. If we get one more in Team Horde, we can get one more with Chicago and beat. Let me look it up real quick. I was pretty sure the Heart of the Wild that they added here. Well, actually, hold on. Wowhead has a different version of this. They actually have a kind of interactable version of this. Do we have a group? 5 men? Almost. One more. Yeah, I see. So Wowhead has an interactable version of this over here. So like you can mouse over some of these. Heart of the Wild. Ability is not associated with the chosen class. Substantial power for 45 seconds. So then it is a cooldown then. Never mind. So originally on the write-up, they don't have like a CD associated with these. So I thought this was a passive for some reason. Very group. 5, let's go. Alrighty, boys. Let's get Chicago. Let's get beaten here. We got ourselves groups, boys, for one more 5v5 1v1 duel. So I think then you're right. Then it's just a cooldown. For some reason, I thought it was like a passive. That's my fault in that. As a feral main, I don't think auto proc regen should be a thing. Is that? I don't think they're bringing that over with the Dragonflight, are they? I think that's removed. I guess I need to go look at it a little closer. But isn't that removed? Auto regen? Or is that still in? I feel like now I should look it up. Because I know there's stuff to make regen better. It's not auto proc, I don't think. There's a normal frenzy regen. Frenzy Barks can increase healing done. And there's the Barks can survive insects, absorb a small amount of damage. Increase damage taken with thick hide. Yeah, unless I'm missing it somewhere. It doesn't look like they also have it so when you pop in a bear form you get a defensive. Oh no, Well-Honed Instincts is in there. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, never mind. Well-Honed Instincts is in there. Yeah, never mind. It is like on a deep left-hand feral tree. Interesting. Yeah, I think maybe something like that could maybe be toned down by a bunch or something. I don't know. Switch. We got ourselves Ner'zhul over for the team too. It looks like it's not going to be Ner'zhul fighting. Looks like it's supposed to be Smogs. I think it was a little bit of a misunderstanding. I think Lazy Sabmir went out super aggressively a little early. It's going to swap it out to the subtlety instead of the owl of Smogs with a trinket with breath onto Lazy. I like your little birthday hat you got going on. Little party hat. It's gonna put Lazy in a bit of a piggy form. Got him some big combustion. Gonna be a cloak shot. It's all Lazy. So I get to see if we can dodge him with Smogs. Smogs is just charging out at him, blind onto the mage. And maybe the images could swing around the corner and keep the rogue in combat. Looks like only one images remains. Only one mages remains of the mirror images. Smogs is playing shit power. I'm surprised he's not moving around with shit power. But imagine you want to run around or replace it with big AoE in case you catch Lazy out of stealth. In case you're swinging by a little close. Cheap shot on Smogs with a kiddish shot to follow. Look, Smogs is not playing normal blink. Or maybe he is. Maybe he blinked a little bit early. All the time he's getting used really, really early versus Lazy. But looks like Lazy should be able to get himself a proper reset. As all the time he should be able to put Smogs back toward the center of the arena. And the rogue is just waiting it out on team. I was going to introduce team 1 and team 2. Actually, I don't think I can since Lazy is already going for the big gold. There's cheap shot onto Smogs with a cheap shot right after. Looks like no blink is available for the mage. Chooses to go for an ice block. And Lazy looking to reposition. Maybe Smogs could bust himself out of the ice block and get aggressive. But doesn't look like he's going to go for it. We got team 1 together with Revendare, Chicago, Jikinta waiting on the team. I love that mount. I got to go get it myself, honestly. And then Byron's waiting it out until Lazy and Smog Comes off a hell of a match. Gonna be a breath missed by Smog. Super unfortunate. Lazy does shadow up around him. Can try to follow. And it's gonna be a DR though. Smog's gonna trip on fire. But it's gonna be a polymer for follow. Unless you go for like some kind of a cloak shadows or vanish to try to dodge it. I don't think there's any way to around it. And Smog's gonna blink away, run the power. Doesn't have a way to really stop Lazy. There's gonna be a reset for the rogue. No way for him to get caught out. Good shadow strike next to Smog's in case he wanted to. Like I'm just gonna wait it up. Maybe interruption power. It is gonna shift the interruption to power. Smog still holding on to a cauterize in case things really get rough. Trinkets out with the breath. Does he have any kind of setup versus Lazy? He can at least polymer from Lazy. Does not play a normal trinket, so he's just gonna have to sit the CC chains either way. Big bust up and running for Smog's. Gonna be a vanish for the rogue. The G-Buy does still connect, but the rogue is gonna get himself a quick sippy cup while in stealth and catch up a lot of that healing. Gonna be Smog's. Try to see maybe he can go pick up the eye. Seal has combustion run for a little bit longer. Try to see maybe we can get some food. But I think Lazy should be able to take it down unless Smogs goes for a blink and get himself a proper breath. I think it might be over. Smogs not taking a lot, not really taking the most amount of damage, but I think it's because Lazy is just out of juice. Cloak of Shadows was used.
For the win. Love the vid doll less than 33.
Yo, Jason, how you doing, my man? Can we get a hashtag Jason, boys? Jason on Mars. Yo, that's a pretty cool name. Yo, my guy, I hope you're having a good one, my man. Yo, can we get a hashtag Jason, boys? Showing our appreciation for wonderful, beautiful donor, my man. Thank you so much, my guy. I hope you're having a good one. Chicago team for the win. Chicago team with Lazy. Yo, we'll see if they do well. Ultra time is up for Smogs. Maybe could use ultra time to reset him back to the space, to the space he originally altered. No, looks like he does go down. Nerzul charging out immediately. Not want to let this throw get a proper reset. Gonna drop down that static totem on him. Lazy trying to get some damage back to back into the chamois. Cannot quite escape the static totem that easily. Is gonna end up getting hit with a stun. Was that a human racial? There's no way, right? There's no way human racial out of it. That must have just been relentless. As Nerzul trying to be relentless versus the rogue, trying not to give him much of an escape. Big yellow blaster follow. It's gonna be a quick disarm onto Nerzul, but Lazy. Frost Shock to follow, as well as the Venthier Burst with that Chain of Harvest. Lazy does go for a bit of CC onto Nerzul, forcing to shrink it out of the chamois. Could go for a blind in case he wanted to. Might end up finding himself escape in the blind potentially. Might just want to use it because you're getting really low on health. I had no health whatsoever. Maybe should have used it a lot earlier. Looks like trying to see if it can maybe shift Nerzul and just escape him, but couldn't quite do it. So close though, with Chicago charging out next over for the Team 1 boys. Over for the Team 2, by the way, we got ourselves Shuri, we got ourselves Nerzul down for the count, but we got Kevin. Oh wait, Nerzul's still up and running. We got Big Time. Oh wait, hold on, the Tabard? Yo, that looks cool. Nerzul's gonna be up next. Chicago, Burst and Nerzul dropping down the Ghost Wolves really early on. Nerzul, I think, got some Ghost Wolves as well, Ghost Raptors. And Chicago with an early Chain to Harvest, putting Nerzul on the back foot immediately, and Nerzul looking to bail out of there. The Horde Shaman popping off a wall as Chicago is going to use the defense of their own with the Angel Strike and absorbing a huge portion of the magic damage into the shield. Sunder onto Chicago as Nerzul is going to sink in a full alien blast, but dampening not super high up. Chicago is able to just turn the damage around with plenty of self-healing of their own. Nerzul taking a bit of damage right now from the Shaman. Isn't there much you can do about it here? I think it just might be over. Chain Harvest? Was that Chain Harvest from Nerzul or was it Chain Harvest from Chicago? I'm not even sure. Both of them are Venthier, so it's really hard to tell who's got the burst has used it. And plus the burst of that ability has been reduced greatly too. So there's only so much you can really do about it. I think Nerzul is the one dropping the static totem. Yep, is gonna get a Sunder by Chicago, but a capacity totem is gonna stop and play Chicago. Trying to see if they can reconnect. Did use a wall there. Nerzul does not have a wall unless he got himself an Aegis Trinket. He might be limited on defenses. Ellie blasted Chicago as they got himself big Euphoria burst damage. Most likely going to get himself a bit of versatility. Going to be that Aegis Trinket to avoid some of the magic damage of Nerzul. Trying to see if he can pre-tank out before the burst comes out of Chicago, if there's going to be any kind of burst. Looks at Chicago with the Ghost Raptors. Actually even going for Chain Lightnings, I think. Is that what Chicago's doing? I think literally pressing Chain Lightning just to get cooldown reduction. Massive burst onto Nerzul. Does recover a lot of it though. Turning the attention back on Chicago. Huge kill for Chicago. Massive crits are coming down for both of the Shamans. That's going to be a Sunder with a attempt to stun totem, but it looks like Nerzul was able to avoid it. Or maybe it was Nerzul's stun totem. It's going to be static totem by Nerzul. Trying to keep Chicago in place. It's going to go for Alien Blast. Chicago gets super low. Oh my god. Nerzul just turned it around. Just somehow, someway found some burst out of nowhere. I was able to capitalize on it versus Chicago. I honestly did not expect for it to go that quick. Is it going to be Revendare next? Potentially Jacinta? Maybe Byron's in the back? It's one of these three. It looks like it is going to be Jacinta. Trying to see if they can make that LA Shammy work. Definitely needs to get himself a proper lineup with the flame shocks, lava bursts. He needs to send as many lava bursts as possible versus Zulu. Definitely needs to get him away from any kind of pillars. Get him out in the open and then start chucking out meatballs at the guy. Just back to back. Try to go for a bit of an auto duel. It looks like Zulu's gonna take it. I was gonna say maybe Jikin is trying to get him out in the open. Try to go for a bit of a wave. Zulu not walking it close. He's like, you know what? I kind of want to step on my pillar. He's gonna go with the frost strike. Jikin definitely needs to remove the auto walking as soon as possible. Big ascendance immediately. Jikin getting lucky on that proc. But was that a lot of lava bursts to follow? Must have been, right? Gonna be another Primordial getting set up. Trying to go for yet another lava burst. Still making sure to interrupt it as soon as possible. Gonna be light the last one, but it doesn't last long at all. Jacinta is gonna get yet another lava burst to follow. It's getting another Ascendance proc, and it's gonna be quite a bit of damage. Lots of Maelstrom building up for the alien Shaman. But Ner'zhul able to survive this damage just through Maelstrom healing alone. Fire Elemental join in, Earth Elemental for Ner'zhul, so both of them got their allies up and running. Jikin should be able to get a lot of healing. Does get interrupted on nature, potentially could go for a bunch of lava bursts if they wanted to. Massive Chain Hovers putting Jikin behind a little bit, but it's continuing to get lava bursts and Urge Shocks onto Ner'zhul. Hex for Hex is gonna get it first. It looks like Ner'zhul had a little bit more haste than Jikinta. Both of them just going for the same CC. Gonna be grounding totem for Jikinta. Trying to go for a Hex versus Ner'zhul. Flash Cup, maybe the survivor. Trying to see if they can live this as best as possible. There's Ner'zhul left to burst. Looks like the healing surges are keeping Jacinta alive for just a little bit longer, but not quite enough. I love that Hex for Hex, by the way. Ner'zhul eating a full chimeric poison. Massive burst coming out. Ner'zhul does not have any defense unless he got himself maybe the Aegis. There's going to be a lot of bursts. Stun around the corner. Does not have any ways out of it. Pets is still doing a ton of damage. Ner'zhul needs a heal right now. But I think it might still be over with a kill shot to follow. Revendare does end up sniping him out. Shiryu, is it going to be up next? Looks like he is. 9 minutes of the duel, 25% dampening. Revendare dove into that camera. Shiryu should be able to see him. Hit him with a quick incapacitate. Through paralysis, Lexium immediately forcing out a trinket out of Shiryu as he uses a freezing trap. Gonna be Turtle Shell during the burst. Shiryu got himself lots of cooldowns together. And looks like Revendare is trying to see if he can avoid it, using the Void of Rage to just completely disconnect with Shiryu. Surprised me, but also surprised Shiryu. I didn't even see that little Void Elf thing you travel. Also, by the way, what the hell is going on here? How are you just Spider-Man on your way on that? What is that? There's still got some hidden talents. Not only is it pretty fantastic and has a Shaman, but like what I can do, he can do this. Rinse drop into Shiryu as he's trying to see if he can lock down Revendare in the Fist of Fury. Revendare needs to give himself as much burst as possible. Looks like he's going to go for a Chimeric Poison Silence on Shiryu and eventually going to read some of the healing and the damage he does. Stun to follow. Revendare trying not to really commit a lot of damage inside of that Karma, trying to worry about the one all, trying to be very, very careful about it. Shiryu is able to catch a little bit of heal behind the pillar with Flesh God to follow. How much damage do these pets do? Actually, Shiryu is getting quite a lot of recovery, even with 32% dampening. But these pets with the 4% damage buff they got, they are doing quite a substantial amount of damage. They're actually going to be able to burn right through the Flesh God pretty easily. Wait, these pets do actually quite a bit of damage. Shiryu is not even focusing on pets at all. I'm surprised. I imagine you would want to start attacking them because they do a decent amount. The 4% damage buff to pets, I think for Revendare is just doing wonders right now. Not only is he making them bursty, but also amplify this. I mean, those pets just crack through a flesh cap. Normally, those pets do very, very little damage unless they have line of sight of the hunter. For them, barb shots, damage speed up, and then maybe kill shots once in a while. Or kill commands once in a while. Shiryu gonna hit with a slow immediately importing right behind the pillar. Revendare is gonna pull the pets back. He definitely wants to get Shiryu out in the open, away from any kind of pillars. And Shiryu is more like a more of a hit and one kind of playstyle. Definitely wants to make sure there's as little distance between him and Revendare. Needs to be able to get right next to him. Quick aim cap, BDB down, land Alexium, and if Revendare is fast enough, they may be able to be aware of it. Does kind of roll back over to the freezing trap. He's going to trick out Alexium. He's going to reset up another freezing trap. Shiryu forcing to trick it out of it. Trying to see if we can reconnect to Revendare. Revendare knows the slowest is going to be the best friend. Jab for Shiryu does let him reconnect back to Revendare. Has a full mastery build ready to go as a Kyrian. Monk with a Karma to follow. Reminder could be in big trouble, trying to give himself as much survivability as possible. That's going to be continuously just doing damage through the Karma. Might be able to get Shuri low enough. Shuri definitely needs support out. Doesn't have a port starter behind the pillar. Kind of out in the open. In camp onto Reminder. Not much you can really do about it. The pets are actually putting pressure on Shuri. Reminder with not a lot of health available. Shuri trying to go for a bit of a heal, but a kill shot is going to take him out. With Reminder fighting that kill shot at no health whatsoever. With Kevin charging out, looking like he's going to be able to drop down a consecration. Thought maybe he'd be able to find Reminder where they're at, but Reminder is going to go behind the pillar. Does have pets with leech, so it should be able to give him a little bit extra survivability as the pop a heal on the pets. That heal is also going to replicate back towards Reminder through the leech effect. Is going to be able to get a full flesh cap, able to recover quite a lot of health, still staying in camo, so it's a lot of recovery. It looks like might be able to have a kind of a proper, or as close to a proper honor duel versus Kevin. Immediate Venthyr or Void Elf mobility out for Reminder, just trying to disconnect from Kevin before a Hodge comes down. Kevin trying to avoid any kind of stuns or any CC out of Reminder, looking to go for big wings, big burst right now. Reminder doesn't have much of an answer. Bubble immediately for Kevin. Reminder could go for Eternal Shell, might just want to do it. It's immunity for immunity. Kevin trying to max out as much damage as he can, trying to let Reminder get away from his sight or way too far. And Kevin might just want to maybe chill behind the pillar. Looks like he got wings, he's got chill minutes. Maybe he's feeling very, very confident here. The Reminder trying to bail out of there immediately. Let Kevin walk through all the traps. Avoid the Paladin as best as possible. Pally no longer has a big immunity of bubble, but it has a blessing of protection, which could be massive. Again, if Reminder, like the last duel, if they can maybe get a Trank shot and remove it, Kevin Landry's got no defenses. But Kevin also needs to be very, very careful. Next stun, next Hodge needs to be deadly. Reminder knows the next stun they use onto Kevin could force a bop. It's going to be a normal trinket. Reminder with a massive death chakram. Going to be a trinket or a Hodge onto Reminder. Silence to Kevin for a second. Bop is up. If Reminder can maybe swing around the corner and remove it, needs to make sure there's plenty of distance between him and Kevin. Trying to remove it. Wasn't able to. Kevin does get the full immunity. Reminder is going to be able to put him on ice. Waited out a little bit longer. Feign death camo immediately. Put an Hodge's mark onto Kevin. Do they just pop out and just try to kill? Or do they just wait it out? Does get the interrupt. Flesh cut to follow. Kevin is giving himself an opportunity to recover. Reminder could burn through the flesh cut if possible. Again, just try to stay away from Reminder. Next auto attack does give Kevin the wings. It is going to give him plenty of recovery. Also, lots of damage onto these pets. Might just want to take down the pets if at all possible. Looks like trying to go for Word of Glories. Maybe waiting out until the next Hodge is available. Kevin's taking a bit of damage behind the pillar though. Those pets are actually doing quite a bit of work. Death Shock to follow. I think it might be dead. And for Kevin, it's going to be big explosive on top of it. I think it may be over. Oh, and the pets do work. And Reminder recovered all the big time. Trying to see if it might be able to make a big time in the dueling arena. Belate storming over to Reminder as the avatar is available. Trying to see if it might be able to turn the attention onto the pets. Reminder pulling him back immediately. The freezing trap waiting around the corner. Big time unless you reflect. There's not much you can really do about it. A lot of those, actually, it wasn't even cooldowns. That was just a proc. Well, is he playing the am I wrong, chat, or is he playing the Tormented King's Legendary? Was that Bladestorm met together with a? Was that Bladestorm met together with an avatar? Is that, did I see that right? Or was it someone else? Stuns big time. Does not trigger it immediately. He's gonna try to see if he can leap towards Reminder. Reminder got himself big loss. It's gonna be better. Everything available for big time unless he got defense. Oh! And Reminder just sliced right through him, just hunted him down. Wait, did Reminder go for 1v4? Not quite a 1v5, but a pretty nice comeback by the Hunter. Didn't do that bad at all. Cleaned up pretty good into that higher dampening. Cleaned up really, really well. Alrighty, boys. Oh man, that was a kind of a long game. 50. Not the longest ever, but a 15-minute game at the very least. That one took a while, didn't it? Yo, boys. I think it's over. I think we're done for the night. I gotta make sure I save these and make sure I don't name something wrong because I've done it before. I want to make sure that I have all of the audio because I'm trying to rip it from the stream. It's not as bad as the audio on stream that I used to have, but it definitely is like a lot less modular and it'll like being able to adjust some parts here and there. I don't like not having that much control about it, especially with some of the levels because some songs are a little louder than others. And I don't know, I just have a preference of my own. Boys, thanks so much for coming by to the stream. I really, really do appreciate you boys for joining me this evening. Demon and Disco, when you raid tomorrow, have a raid at 7 PM EST. Sound good? Yeah, I'll try to hit you up as soon as I can. Maybe after your raid, we might be able to get some late night done, or maybe like in the afternoon, depending on how we wake up. Have our group still beat? I think we'll be calling it here for the night, man. It's about that time for me to end it. I gotta get some food, I gotta get some rest, I gotta get some work done as well. But boys, thank you so much for joining today. You guys are wonderful and beautiful. Thank you so much for popping on tonight. You guys are awesome. Hope you guys enjoyed the duels. Best moments are gonna be as vids on the channel. Enjoy the pizza. Pizza was yesterday, actually, Jay Everett. Today is something else. I figured something out. I guess I have to figure something out for the night. Chicago did good. I thought they did really well. I thought everybody played really well, man. There was some awesome highlights tonight. Gank as a Pharaoh just said, I'm loving ganking as a Pharaoh. Let's go, dude. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Jay. I'm glad you like it, my guy. Yo, boys, thanks so much for joining. I appreciate you. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Big shout out to everybody who joined in tonight, man. I miss my boy, Shield Pills. I miss my man right there, dude. I think we missed a bit of a DK action tonight. But Antobadon for EU at least brought it big time, so at least we got that. But definitely want to see the Night King, the Lich King himself, returning at some point in the future. Thank you, boys. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. You're breathtaking, down, yo. Celtic, thanks so much for being here, man. I appreciate you. Yo, Jason, thanks for popping in, man. Thank you for the donor. I very much appreciate it, my guy. Super generous of you. Enjoy the pizza, brother. Me and the wife. I love chicken tonight. Yo, that's a lot of sound good. No pizza tonight. Today's Saturday. Pizza is Friday normally. The pizza would have been yesterday. Today is gonna be something else. I'll have to figure something out for food. I'll figure it out. I'll think of something quick. Maybe I'll run out. I don't know. Maybe now that you say enchilada, maybe I should do some Taco Bell. Not quite as good as a homemade, but can be decent. Boys, thank you all. You guys are wonderful and beautiful. You guys have yourself a wonderful evening. Tomorrow is a day off. No stream tomorrow. I'm just gonna take it easy, get some work done tonight, get a little bit of work done tomorrow, but try to mostly just have some fun, play the ball, to get my odds cut up for like the weekly stuff and whatnot. Boys, you guys are wonderful, beautiful. I'll see you all next stream. Real quick. Yeah, beautiful. Alrighty, I'll see you guys Monday for the regular. Hopefully we'll get even more Dragonflight announcements by then. Hope you guys have a good one. I'll see you guys Monday. Peace.
With their nails done.